All right, we're going to be doing a live trading session today. It appears that the SPY is setting up for two possible outcomes. The first outcome is it's going to mainly just sit in an overall channel for the majority of the day, providing very lucrative scalping opportunities to get in and out on the right contracts that are barely out of the money and then sell deep in the money. And then the other potential outcome is it has a strong move to the upside, retesting the highs, and then pulling back down. So during this live stream, we're going to determine and confirm which of the two it's likely going to be. Like I said, either channel range and then likely a small drop, or channel range and then a big breakout to retest highs, then come back down. So during this stream, we're going to be capitalizing on the potential outcomes by day trading SPY. We're going to get straight into it, starting the live trading session right now on the stream. So in terms of the SPY, as time passes, as things develop, we're going to have a better understanding on which it's going to be. Um, so we're really going to kind of dissect the overall chart and figure out which it's going to be. The more accurate that information is going to get, the more time passes, the more the chart develops in a situation like this, right? Um, you know, so we're going to get started here in 2 minutes. This is really going to show you how to scalp and how to trade like a professional trader because we're either going to just sit in this channel and get in, get out, or we're going to have a big move to the upside and then pull back. Those are the most likely outcomes, right? And by scalping in and out, it really doesn't matter which of the outcome occurs as long as we get in and out on the right overall side. Meaning, if this just sits in a channel, if we're buying low and selling high, the trend doesn't even have to be bullish. And then if we're buying puts towards peaks and then selling into the drops, trend doesn't even have to be bearish, right? But regardless, like I said, the most likely outcome in a situation like this is more bullish than bearish. I'm mainly going to be focused on buying call options likely, especially with just how the market has overall been for 2026, right? But basically, just looking at this 30-minute chart pattern, it does appear that 733 calls are going to keep trying to go in the money, in the money, in the money. Doesn't mean we're going to break out, but what it does mean is if we buy a dip and then we sell the calls in the money, we should make nice profits getting in, getting out, right? So basically, scalping is the best overall move, and if you were to hold, it appears to be calls, right? But if you scalped calls on a dip and it did flip back down, you're likely going to be green first and get profit stopped out. So I mean, this should be, I would say, a fairly simple trading session to be trading. Now, I think the worst thing you can do in a situation like this with how the chart is set up is expect a big move. That's one of the worst things you can do in a situation like this with how the market is currently panning out is expecting a big move. It looks like the people who are going to make the most money in a situation like this are the ones who get in and get out constantly for small wins that are going to add up to big wins because you can quickly add to the winners and you can make a lot of trades if it keeps on dipping back down, right? So that's how I kind of see this right now. So my number one focus, especially on this stream, is to just scalp, is to get in and get out. The most dangerous thing you could do right now is hold for a big move because there's high probabilities we might not even get a big move, and there's also high probabilities that we can just sit in a channel for a very long period of time, right? So I'm gonna be making a scalp here soon. It looks like we got two 30-minute green candles, on overall SPY. Um, we'll see how that reacts, right? And then we'll go from there. We'll go from there. So we shall see. But yeah, I'm just going back throughout the chart history, kind of getting some confirmations on how this can pan out here soon. Let's see. There's not too much to work with. Okay, I have an idea. This is something to work with. All right, so if you guys want the absolute best idea possible, just understand if you do this, you might miss out because the idea might not come. But if you want to trade the best setups at the best prices possible, then what I would say is to buy calls towards the lows. Basically, one of the outcomes that can happen in a situation like this, the SPY could, you know, it could retest lows and then recover, or it can just start to recover a little bit earlier, right? Now, in terms of recovery, as of now, we're talking like 733.40. So these are scalps, remember. In terms of the trades that I'm going to be making on these streams, these are trades where you get in, you get out. We're not looking to hold these for long periods of times. Obviously, as the chart develops, if things change, we can hold some runners for a long period of time if the chart says otherwise, right? But right now, what this chart says is the chart says the most likely outcome is the SPY is going to trade in a channel, and the channel is the lows, 732, and the highs of this resistance, 733.60. That's the overall channel. So the lower you buy, the better. In terms of one of the 30-minute outcomes is you know, we can go back to the lows, bringing 732 calls out of the money, and then next 30 minutes from 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m., it can spike and gap up like crazy and go back to 733.60. So, like I said, the best thing you can do, so this 30-minute candlestick, it could be bearish, right? The best thing you could do is buy the dips. If you wait, you might miss out. So in terms of like best entries are right around here. I mean, even this is a good entry, right? So what you need to understand is if you try to do the best thing and wait for the perfect time, you might miss out. So if you don't want to miss out and you're okay with being down first, you can take like half of your position size and then you could scale into the trade, right? So it's all on how you guys want to do it. But if we're talking best entries, it's below 732. Once 732 calls go out of the money, that is the best time to be buying calls, right? In the meantime, it's going to try to drop. History repeats in similar cycles, but if there's one thing that's absolute certain, this is a good deal, even at the level it's trading at. Now, obviously, if this just goes down and decays for the next 30 minutes, it's going to be a big deal in terms of the price you pay for those contracts. If you're going with 732 calls, buying them 30 cents in the money versus 20 to 30 cents out of the money, it's going to be a big difference in price, right? But obviously, we don't want to miss out on a trade where this can spike $1 plus starting at 1 p.m., right? And it's already at good levels. So it's understanding that. It's understanding if you wait to do for the best thing and you wait for them to decay to the max, you might miss out. So at the end of the day, you kind of have to evaluate the situation and figure out what you're comfortable with doing, right? In terms of me personally, I'm more than comfortable with taking like starting positions here very, very soon and then scaling in more aggressive on the dips and then adding into the winners once that next 30-minute candlestick flips bullish, right? So the reality of the situation is we're at good prices, we're at good deals. I'm leaning more on the side of I'm looking to get in soon and then scale in on the dips and then scale in very aggressively once the trade goes green, because once it goes red to green, it should spike like fucking crazy. And to 733.60, right? So like I said, one of the potential outcomes is um it could take until 1 p.m. to spike. If there's absolute certainty, we know that this is an amazing price for calls and this is the best price for calls, right? So we're already hitting amazing prices for calls. We also know, sometimes things happen sooner than later, sometimes things happen later than sooner, right? So in terms of this trade that I'm bringing awareness to, it's not nailed down to an exact science, but what is an exact science, I would say, is to buy the dips, is to buy oversold dips, hold and sell the rips, right? But obviously, the best trade idea would be if this decayed for 30 minutes and then went back to 732, and then we bought calls when they were out of the money, and then we sold deep in the money once it spikes like crazy to 733.60. Reality is that can happen before it hits this level. So you can kind of see why I'm interested in buying earlier too, right? So you just have to understand that. But regardless, if you buy it, you hold it, and you sell it above 733, you should make gains, right? Obviously, it's going to be a much greater difference in gains. Um, you know, if you bought at 7:32 when it went out of the money and it decayed for the next 30 minutes. Now, this is another thing you can do. So there's two strikes you can buy. You could buy a 7:32 and you could buy a 7:33, right? So, if 7:32 goes out of the money, you can buy a 7:33 and print like fucking crazy because that's likely going to go in the money. And then you can take starters earlier on a strike that's closer to in the money, 7:32 on a strike that's already in the money, right? That's another thing you can do. So, what I'm actually interested in doing now, with that being said, is I'm gonna be looking to take starters on a 7:32 call. And if we continue to drop, that's when you buy the 7:33 call, and both of the calls should print. Obviously, if you buy the 7:33 call now, then you're going to be paying very, very high price, and it's just going to be too far out in a situation where if this drops to 7:32, that's why we're going to go in the money at first, and we could just scale and average our cost down a little bit because we're not going to take our full size first on the trade, on the first trade. You can take like half your size, right? So basically, all you guys have to do is just buy the dips and sell the rips. Every time this goes above 733, you just sell it, right? See, this is why I like just getting in on the trades when they're at good prices because, sometimes they just go up sooner than expected, right? And it's still a good deal and it's still a good price. Doesn't mean I'm going to be getting perfect entries, but I'm getting a win. I'm getting a W, right? That's why I was very tempted to just get in on a particular situation like this. So you're going to see me on this overall stream. I'm looking to basically aggressively buy dips. That's what I'm looking to do, right? Now, for anyone who is bearish, you know, they could, if they'd like, for those of you who are bearish, for those of you who do want to buy puts, you can focus on the top of the channel, right? I'm not really interested in doing this. Like even this right here, this could be a nice print for puts. This right here could be a great trade for puts, right? But I'm not interested on the put side. Um, and I just think buying the bottom floor is what's absolute best for me in my style of trading. But if anyone wanted to buy puts, I would tell them to just keep on focusing towards the top of this channel. As of now, I have no interest in buying calls up here. These are all levels for puts above 733 if it reacts bearish, right? So what I want you guys to understand is the market is going to trade in a channel. The people who are going to lose money are the ones who are holding for massive wins. And then at some point, it's going to have a little break below the channel, meaning it might go for new lows, but nothing too crazy, and then bounce right back to it. But then another potential outcome is it does have a crazy move. And like I said, if it does have a crazy move, I think it's going to be on the call side. And if it does have a crazy move, it would break above 733 and it would start to retrace back towards the high of day and then sell off, right? So understand all of the outcomes. Without a doubt, it's just going to keep on trading in the channel. So if you just buy low and sell high, you buy puts at the lows of the channel, you buy calls at the lows of the channel, you buy puts at the highs of the channel, you should keep on making money. Worst case scenario, you have like 1L, bunch of wins, right? And then the other potential outcomes are eventually it breaks out of the channel. And like I said, if we get new lows, I don't think it's going to be a crazy pullback. I think it's going to pull back and then it's going to recover. So maybe 1.5 drop and then recover right back to where it was towards the previous lows. Or we just break out of the channel and go back towards the highs and then sell off, right? So a big move is not guaranteed in a situation like this. That's just how the chart happened to pan out. And what I want you to understand is the most guaranteed way to make money in a situation like this is to buy the dip. This is the best thing you can do is to buy the dip towards the lows of the channel. And if you do want to buy puts for whatever fucking reason, your levels for puts are right around here. 733.20, 733.50. Those are your levels for puts, right? So, like I said, I think the genuine best thing we can do if someone does want to trade right here, right now, is to scalp and is to get in and is to get out. The market is showing signs that it's going to keep on trading in a channel. Eventually, it might have a big move, but it might not. If it does have new lows, I don't think it's going to be a big crash, and I think it's going to recover right back. If it does break above 733.60 and start to form support, we could get the big move to new highs, but that's not guaranteed. The most guaranteed way to trade this in a situation like this is to not aim for a big move and to scalp the channels. And what you're looking at is the channel. These are the best prices to buy, these are the best prices to sell. The most likely outcome is it could just keep on sitting in this channel for 1 to 2 hours before it breaks out or goes below, right? And you could just keep on getting in and out and stacking up wins, and then eventually you might have an L if it finally breaks out and you're in on puts, or if it finally goes below and you're in on calls. But the point being is there's going to be several opportunities, very likely with how early in the day we are, to buy puts if you want to buy puts towards this level, and to buy calls if you want to buy calls towards this level before we have a breakout or a breakdown. There's going to be several winning opportunities. And obviously, if you bought puts here and it starts to break out, you can cut your loss quick. If you bought calls here and it starts to go below, you can cut your loss quick. But before that even happens, you should have many wins stacked if you trade the channel. So just understand, right now, for those of you who just want the big moves, the big moves, hold the trades, it's not the time, it's not the place. For those of you who like getting in and getting out and scalping trades like a sniper for quick, fast 1 point plus moves where you're buying at the best prices both ways, this is for you. If you like trading the channel, this is a gold mine to scalp at the overall channels where you're buying puts at the resistance and you're buying calls at the support. If you keep on doing that, you're going to stack substantial gains. If you enter a trade and hold a trade, you're not going to be doing very, very much. This is the best thing you can do for the next 1 to 2 hours. You will see how well this works out. It's just going to keep on trading in an overall channel, right? So, SPY just crashed again, 30 minutes closing bearish. Like I said, that's one of the potential outcomes, right? More time has passed, calls are more decayed. This is good. This is what I want to see because I want to buy calls when they're cheap, when they're decayed. Obviously, if I bought right here, I would have had a nice win, right? Like I said, at the end of the day, best thing you can do is get in, sell the fucking rips, right? You buy low, you sell the rip. You want to buy puts, you buy high, you sell the fucking dip, and you just keep on rinsing that shit, right? You don't have to sit here and try to be perfect and try to get the best fucking entries, try to time everything fucking perfectly. You can literally just get in and get fucking out, right? Because at some point the trade should go green. And when it doesn't go green, that's going to be the 1 out of fucking 10, 20, 30 fucking, situations where it finally had a crack below the channel or a breakout above the channel, right? I'm telling you, we are setting up for an absolute gold mine opportunity these next 2 hours for those of you who do like scalping, who do like getting in, getting out for quick 20, 30, 40, 50% gains to just sit here and buy the dip, sell the rips. And we're not trying to buy at the exact lows and we're not trying to sell at the exact fucking peak. We're trying to get in and we're trying to get out. And we know the best thing we can do when 733 puts go out of the money, we buy them out of the money, selling the money. When 732 calls go out of the money, we buy them and then we sell them in the money. That's the best thing we can do when you're targeting a 1 point channel like this. When 733 puts, you know, when 733 puts, right? When SPY is trading above 733 overall puts, that's the best time to start to buy those overall puts. When SPY is below 732, that's the best time to buy those overall calls, right? And you can go 1 point out of the money or you could trade it right at the money. There's more complex ways to do this, right? So in a situation like this, it makes sense right now for me to go at the money. And then if it drops, scale in on the rest of my size. If it doesn't drop, sell what I put in, make profit, and just rinse all over again. You can literally just sit here and just look. I'm about to do it right now. I'm gonna show its price is a little higher though. Let me see what contracts are at. Um, yeah, contracts are they're still fucking high for what I'm trying to do, man. Honestly, guys, the best thing we could do is just wait till fucking 1. That's the best thing, man. It's just to wait till fucking 1 p.m. I would do it. I would love to do it now. It's just the problem is the prices on the contracts are still considered very high for the move that we're looking for. And plus, this can easily go to 731.80. It's a big difference when contracts go out of the money and you're buying, right? So the smartest move you can make is to buy calls at 1 p.m., right? That's the smartest move on the chessboard. For those of you who want to do the smartest move, right? Doesn't mean I'm going to do it. So, you know, we shall see. I'm obviously extremely fucking interested in buying these fucking calls because I know this shit's gonna fucking print and I could just add into the dip or add when it goes green. This is all it's just gonna it's not it's gonna keep trading in a channel. There's just no way. Look, this is what we're looking at. Something like this. Shit like this. This is what we're looking at. Something that's the most likely outcome is something like this. Just so if you buy low and you sell high, you buy low, sell high, you keep on doing that, you should keep on making money. That's how you make money in a situation like this. You'll see. You'll see how well this shit works. It's gonna everything I'm saying, this shit's gonna work very, very well. We do have a red double green red with lower highs forming. So that is a very bearish pattern. That is one thing to keep note of with how this is currently planning out. But even with that panning out, still, you know, it's likely just gonna bounce at this dip, which is why I'm getting ready to fucking buy this fucking dip, man. Even though it's a little bit too earlier. You can buy the 632 earlier, and then you can buy the 733, the one out of the money, when it's the best time to buy at 1 p.m. Like I said, 13 minutes, 1 p.m. is the best time to buy calls. So you can buy a 732 call right now, and then at 1 p.m. you could buy a 733 call, and you can make money on both the calls, right? Um, that's probably what I'm about to do here is just fucking do that. Let's see. Are they at last time I checked they were at 120. Let's see, what are they at now? Okay, cool. Calls are out of money, which makes me a lot more comfortable to be buying calls now. All right, so I'm in. I'm in on 732 calls at 99 cents. 732 calls at 99 cents. So I just got in on SPY calls at 99 cents, 732 strike, right? So I got in literally right here. And in terms of the game plan, it is to basically hold those from 1:30 p.m. That's my plan. Like I said, the reversal isn't supposed to happen until 1 p.m. I'm okay with buying earlier. I'm well aware these can go lower, these can go like 70 cents before they recover. I'm well aware, right? Why buy now? Because I'm likely going to buy another strike, 733 at 1 p.m. And I want to get in now because it's a good deal and I don't want to miss out on the play. I literally missed out on a play right here. I was planning to buy, I was interested in buying right here. I missed out. I could have bought here and sold the rip, right? So if you sit here and you try to be perfect, you're going to miss out and you're not going to make any fucking money. We're not trying to time 100% be the absolute best, the exact lows. We're going to fucking print. That's what we're here to do. Now, if you just want to do the absolute best thing and you don't want to participate in a potential drop, in a potential, oh, this isn't the best perfect thing to do, if you don't want to do that and your account's small, then I would say buy calls at 1 p.m. That's what I would tell you to do, right? But for those of you who have fucking money to trade and scalp, just get the fuck in. It's either going to drop a little bit lower and then bounce, or it's just going to fucking bounce. And if it just fucking bounces like it did here, we just missed out on a great fucking play at an even better price, right? So if you sit here and try to be absolute fucking perfect, then just trade that way. That's what I would say. Just literally trade that way. Just buy calls at 1 p.m. If you want to sit here and make money all fucking day, just buy fucking calls now, right? Obviously, if you have a small account, you know what to do. So, you know, I bought the 732 calls when they were out of the money. And as you can see, they went right back in the money. You see how that works? This is why you have to know when to buy contracts. It's a massive difference between buying something that's in the money versus out of the money. If you buy those calls, if you just wait for a small little drop and buy them out of the money, like I just did at the exact fucking lows, it's a massive difference in gains, and you're going to pay a much cheaper price because you're buying them when they're out of the money and then you're selling them when they're deeper in the money. If you buy them when they're in the money and you sell them when they're further in the money, the gains aren't going to be as explosive with the reversal coming soon, right? So that's what you need to be aware of. That's what you guys need to be aware of, man. Look, this reminds me of Nvidia all over again. I think it was on Friday, last Friday. Yeah, it was on last Friday when I was trading the. Oh, it's doing the same fucking pattern. When I was trading Nvidia, it was just sideways chopping for a squeeze. That's exactly what it was doing. And SPY is currently doing the same exact pattern, right? As a trader, you guys need to be able to connect things. You know, you need to have pattern recognition and connect things. If you look at SPY, this is the same shit. SPY is doing the same thing that NVIDIA was doing on May 8th. This is all it's going to do. It's going to chop sideways and keep on squeezing, keep on squeezing. And then eventually it might go a little bit lower and then come right back up, right? That's one of the outcomes. But the point is, it's going to keep on fucking doing this. This is why you need to buy calls at the exact lows. And if you want to buy puts, I already gave you the entries, man. You guys know I'm just not interested in buying puts at these fucking levels, right? But if someone wants to buy puts, I do think they could do extremely well if they buy at the levels that I fucking given them, right? You don't have to sit here and trade both ways. You have to sit here and analyze what you think is best for your overall style of trading. And that's exactly what it is that I'm fucking doing, right? But it does seem smart, actually, if we're just going to trade a channel. Yes, it does seem smart to keep buying puts towards 730, 330, right? Because both sides are going to keep on fucking printing both ways, you know? Both sides are gonna fuck both ways, you know. Me personally, I'm just looking to fuck one way. I'm not looking to fuck both ways today at the moment. I'm just looking to stick on the call side. You know, I literally just purchased calls at the exact fucking lows with my game plan. These calls are probably already up 15%. Let's see how much of my calls up, right? When I'm trading, I'm not looking at my fucking P&L, at my trade. I'm not looking at that shit. I'm looking at the charts. That's what I'm fucking looking at. I'm looking at the price action, the candlesticks. Um, you know, so let me see. So there we go. So the calls are at 110 cents. So I bought them at 98 cents. Now they're at 110 cents. So that means I'm up 12%. 12% already following the game plan. Now, obviously, very realistically, those calls can go straight back to red, right? Like they just did, right? So you have to decide on when you want to sell. Me personally, I'm not looking to sell right now because I told you guys the reversal was expected to hit at 1 p.m. So in a situation like that, I'm really not too interested in just scalping for a quick 10% win. I feel more comfortable holding for a bigger win. But obviously, you could have taken 10%. And then if it did drop back down, you could have got back in at a lower and better entry, right? But if you just keep on doing that, at some point you're going to miss out on the big move. But at the end of the day, the trade went green and the trade went up 12%. So another thing to think about is, even though the trade, let's say the trade didn't work out and it expired worthless, it went to zero, it never had the reversal. At the end of the day, the trade went up 12% and there was time to sell for a 12% win. This is why we say losing is a personal choice. Green to red is a personal choice. You don't have to sit here and copy and follow everything it is I'm doing. I'm showing you how to win and how to make money scalping, right? So technically, the trade was already a win because it went up 12% and everyone could have sold for a 12% win, right? This isn't about sitting here and trying to copy and follow everything that is I'm doing. This is so you understand how to fucking trade. So, like I said, I'm holding my calls because I think we're going to get a bigger reversal at 1 p.m. and we're getting close to 1 p.m. And I'm okay with flipping green to red if I'm only up like 10, 15%. I'm okay with that. With the price that we're sitting at, with the game plan that I have, I'm completely fine with that. That's just me. But at the end of the day, the trade was green and the trade was profitable, right? It's your choice if you're not going to sell for profits, right? So you could have sold for profits. And if you sold for profits in this situation, it would have been an amazing thing to do because you would have had profit and you would have been buying at lower prices if you got back in. But sometimes if you sell for profits, you're going to miss out on the bigger move. One of the worst things you can do though is go green to red. Like I said, I'm willing to do it in a situation like this because in terms of the trade that I have panned out, I'm aiming for a bigger move and we're at the low of the channel. If I'm expecting the SPY to just flatline out of channel and I'm literally buying at the exact fucking lows at the channel, I'm more likely to just buy it and hold it for a bit rather than just get in and get out quickly. Now, obviously, if this just sat here for 20 minutes and did that same thing for 20 fucking times and had 10% wins for 20 times in a row, you could have ran up a 200% return on 20 fucking trades in and out, right? You could have done it if that's what this ends up fucking doing. Sometimes the trade we want isn't what we get. Sometimes we want to move to 733, but sometimes all we get is a 10% win 20 times in a row. That's another thing to think about because at the end of the day, this is supposed to just kind of sit in a channel for a little bit rather than just fucking off a cliff, right? So these are all things that you need to be aware of and think of as you're trading, as you're developing systems, and as you're developing your styles of trading. But like I said, for everything I've seen, it does make sense to kind of just hold this trade for a bit, right? Now, obviously, by me holding this, I might miss out on a bunch of 10% wins, right? That's the reality of the situation. This can go, those contracts can go 10%, fluctuate 10% green 10 times before the move that I want happens, right? So you know, you could try to make 10 trades and miss out on the big trade and yield the same profits versus the one big trade. There's so many ways to fucking do this, man. Some people don't like going green to red. But look, the only thing I dislike about the trade is the bearish pattern. I will say, this is a bearish pattern. Um, you can see here the SPY has support. So 633.50, this is a support level. And then you could see it cracked the support level. And then you could see it retested the previous support and it failed to break out. That means the SPY is forming lower highs. That means the SPY is bearish attempting, right? It is sitting in a channel, but if you look at the chart, the highs keep getting lower. This high is getting lower, this high is getting lower, this high is getting lower, and the pattern is bearish. Red, green, green, red is a bearish color coded pattern, right? So, as bearish as it may seem, I do think it's going to spike back to 733.70 to retest this wick. Obviously, I'm not looking to hold and sell for all that because it can easily flip green to red and go against me, right? Um, but that would be the big profit target for those holding. But don't go green to red in a situation like that. Um, I just think the most likely situation is just something like this. I think what we're going to potentially experience is something very similar to May 7th. Today we had the small little spike. Today we had the small little spike at our 735 level. I banked on calls using my game plan. The first two trades I had on the day were wins. Then I had some L's, but it doesn't matter because I was already green enough to walk away and I'm not risking half my gains despite my trades if they go expire worthless and goes to zero, right? And then I had a massive sell off. Then I had a massive sell off. And then look, it just crunches. It just crunches throughout the day and has some spikes. It just crunches throughout the day, has some spikes, right? That's what I believe is the most likely outcome in a situation like this. I think the worst thing you could potentially do is to buy puts at the exact lows when we could potentially just sit in a channel for 1 to 2 to even, for 2 to 3 fucking hours, right? At some point the channel is going to snap, but it's likely going to take some time and it's likely not going to be the biggest of fucking moves. Like I said, it's more likely to have a bigger move on the breakout side than it is on the downside. Even if we drop, it's likely just going to have a smaller drop and then just fucking recover. That's how I see it. Um, so the only thing that I really dislike about this trade is this is an extremely bearish pattern. For whatever fucking reason, for what I just explained, I'm just extremely bullish. But I will say this is a very bearish pattern and it keeps on pushing for new lows. We've maintained lower highs for 2 hours. Um, and we have a red, double green, red. Some would say that I'm on like a suicide mission, but in a situation like this, I think we're going to print. I think it's going to work out. One of the things that I do like about the calls is we have some wicks and it could easily reverse back and test these wicks and then drop again. 733.48, 733.73. It can easily try to spike back to those wicks before selling off again, right? So I would say the only thing I dislike about this trade is bearish downtrend, lower highs for 2 hours. It just keeps on forming more lower highs, red, double green, red, and lower highs. It looks very bearish, and it is a bearish pattern. But I just think it could be one of those situations where it appears to be bullish and spikes overall first, right? So I just think we're just more likely and destined to trade at a channel. All right, so guys, SPY just opened up with a gap up on the new 30-minute candle. This is very bullish. If you wanted to, you could buy those 733 calls very, very quickly. If you wanted to do that, you could attempt to buy 733 calls very, very quickly. This would be the time to do it if you wanted to do it. And this is also a great time to add to 732. If you want to add to 732 calls, this is the time to consider to add to it, right? So if you do want to add to 732 calls, this could be a great time to consider that. If we continue to hold 732 and we start to push up, I would encourage to quickly add to those 732 calls. That's what I would say, right? So I'm going to be watching very, very closely here overall price action. Um, we literally bought the exact lows of contracts. Like I said, if you want to add, man, give it like a minute or two. If it's holding, just get in, just add. This is the time. So look, this is going to be one of the best trades on this fucking live stream. All right. So if you're looking for the best trades, this is literally fucking it. This is the best trade on the fucking stream. You're going to see. This is one of the absolute best trades. So if you want to make fucking money, you want to fucking print, you know what the fuck to do. It's as simple as that. I explained every fucking thing. The Bears are fucked. The 30-minute chart opened up with a gap up. Everything that I was discussing and showing you is now repeating to an exact fucking T. Do you think it's by accident that we just purchased these calls at the exact lows as soon as they went out of the money and it just keeps on going deeper and deeper in the fucking money, dude? Look at the fucking chart. This is literally signaling a fucking squeeze. You see how it's just slanted downtrend, slanted downtrend, slanted downtrend, slanted downtrend, just as things appear to look at their absolute worst, red, double green, red, lower highs, lower, lower, lower closes, red, double green, red, lower highs, bearish, just as things to appear to be at their worst, to appear as if it's going to drop. That could be when it's the exact bottom and it starts spiking like fucking crazy, right? So that's how you do it. This is what I do every single day. I purchase calls at the exact fucking lows. I get in, I get out, it works. If you go green to red, you're not fucking taking profits. If you're not taking profits, you're not making money. If you're not making money, you shouldn't be trading because we trade to make fucking money. So it's just as simple as that, man. Everyone should be green. I just don't understand how anyone could be red if I purchase a call at the exact fucking lows. It makes no fucking sense. Motherfuckers had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, fucking 12 minutes to get at the fucking lows, man. We bought this shit at the lows, right? You know, obviously people are like, oh, those are smaller wins. Oh, that shit, whatever. It's like, dude, this is what the market's doing. I'm trading with how the market is. You know, if I'm making smaller wins, the market's giving me smaller wins. That's what it's giving me. I like to make fucking money. I like to print 24 fucking 7. Some people, they sit out. Some people just aim for big wins and they don't trade this. I'm like, dude, I'll fucking trade it. You give me a trade, I will trade it. I will win all fucking day. I will print all fucking day. I will make money 24 fucking 7. I'm not going to sit here and say, you know what? I'm just going to aim for big wins all day. No, because there's so many opportunities to make smaller wins, which add up to big fucking wins. You know, me personally, I do both. I have big wins, I have small wins. Obviously, this is expected to be a smaller fucking win, right? Because that's what the chart has given us. If you try to aim for big wins when the chart gives you small wins, you're not going to get any fucking results. If you always aim for small wins, you're always going to fucking win. So it's like, dude, look at this, man. This is what we do. We bought calls the exact fucking lows, man. So this is what we do. So look, this shit blasted off very quickly, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to get ready to lock in those gains. So guys, start locking in your profits. Lock in your profits. You can leave some small runners, but take your fucking profits. I'm out. I'm out at 140 cents. Sold. Sold at 140 cents. I'm out of the trade. Sold at 140 cents. Obviously, it can go higher. I don't give a fuck, dude. I just made a 50% return doing absolutely fucking nothing but using my fucking brain, and the shit works to an exact fucking T. That's it. We're done. That's the fucking trade, man. Now we sit and we do fucking nothing. Fucking A, man. That's how easy it is to fucking print. You see that shit? There's not a single person on this fucking planet who shows up that fucking perfect and that fucking clean of execution. And that's what trading is. Trading is about execution. Getting in, adding, and getting out. Nothing fucking more. Not just trying to sit here and be fucking perfect. No. Trading is all about execution. Pulling the fucking trigger. That's all fucking trading is. It's just execution. Getting in and getting out. Who's making the moves? Who's taking the action? Who's getting in? Who's getting out? That's it. So we got out. I'm well aware that's likely not the exact peak because this could go to 633.50 to 633.70, right? But it went up very, very quickly and it could pull back around here. So that's where I wanted to take profits. You know, I'm well aware this can go to 633.70, but that's where I'm taking profits because it went up so fucking fast. And right here's a little break and retest level where it could drop. Now, obviously, if it did end up dropping around this level, I would be very interested in getting back in towards 630, 230, because it's likely going to close strong. Like I told you guys, the 30-minute chart was supposed to close strong from 1 to 1:30 p.m. and it was going to try to retest above 633 plus, right? So that's what I do. I lead the best direction. I get in, I get out. That's how I trade. And when there appears to be an opportunity where it's a bigger win, I can let you guys know, but that's what I love doing, is getting in, getting out. It's like, dude, getting in on the market and then pulling out is the best fucking way to trade. That's literally it. Obviously I said, like, you can leave runners. Did this make sense to leave runners? Absolutely, because the 30-minute chart was going to try to close green and the 30-minute candle just opened up. Like, yeah, we had a big move, but it just fucking opened up. There's so much time, so much upside left where this can easily go to 633.60, before it crashes. So, for those of you who listened, not only did you learn how to trade, but you actually made money if you executed. Some people, they just want to sit here and learn. Other people want to put their fucking money in the trades and make fucking money. Two different types of people. Me personally, I'm both. I learn, I execute, I make money. I like to do both. I don't like to try to make money without being knowledgeable. I can never be the type of person who just blindly follows people and makes their money that way, just blindly like following or just copying people without having any knowledge or understanding what the fuck they're doing. Me personally, I do both. That's what the fuck I do. I do everything. That's exactly what I do. I do every fucking thing. I do every fucking thing that nobody else is willing to fucking do. So yeah, everyone should be green. If you're red, I would strongly recommend that you just quit trading, because if we're buying calls at the exact lows and this shit's going straight the fuck up and someone's red, it's like, dude, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, are you buying puts? Like, what the like? I genuinely don't know what to say. Like, if I'm buying calls live on a fucking stream right here at the fucking low and someone's red, like, what the fuck am I supposed to tell that person? Like, they might as well just not fucking trade. It's like, dude, if I buy here and it goes all the way here in your red, like, what the fuck do you expect me to say or expect me to do? It's like, the trade I made, this was the most mythical, magical fucking bean of a trade that you've seen all fucking day. It's like, dude, this guy literally just bought the exact lows and the shit just rocketed. Everything he said came true. Like, what the fuck could someone expect from me if they're red? It just doesn't make any sense. That's why I would tell that person to just not trade. Because, you know, if someone can't make money buying at the low and this shit just keeps on going up, this shit's just not for you. That's what I would say. Trading isn't for everyone. There's always that one motherfucker you buy at the lows and somehow they're red. I'm like, dude, then fucking quit. I don't have to fucking tell. Like, I'm listening to what the fuck I'm saying. I'm making fucking money. It's working for fucking me. It should work for everyone fucking else. We had all the fucking time in the world to buy the fucking dip before the massive move to the upside. I told you motherfuckers, if you want to buy fucking puts, you could buy puts up here. The shit crashed right here. You could have bought puts. And then you could have bought calls right here where we were interested in buying calls, very nice spike. And then you could have bought calls right here where we actually bought calls, even bigger fucking spike. It's like, dude, it's all a choice. Losing is genuinely a personal choice. If you are losing money, you don't know how to trade. It's as simple as that. Like, fuck, this is all the choice. Everyone could have fucking banked, everyone could have made money. Losing is genuinely a personal choice. So look, man, there's just nothing to do right now. That's it. Like, there's just nothing to do right now. You know, Now we just wait. Now we wait. There's nothing to do. For the people who want to go bearish, I told them what to do. I mean, it's probably best for them to wait until after 1:30 p.m. if they want to buy puts. But they're free to do what they want to do. Same way I'm free to buy calls at the exact lows. So it's like, losing is just genuinely a personal choice. I just don't get how people couldn't make money. If I show up, I buy the low, and it just keeps on fucking going higher. It's like, dude, this is all we do. I do this every fucking trade. I'm doing this. This shit, like, that happens nearly every single time. I buy a dip, it instantly spikes nearly every single fucking time. There's not another fucking trader in fucking existence who shows up, buys a trade at the lows, and it spikes instantly. Sometimes it goes up 20%, sometimes it goes up 100%, sometimes it goes up 200%. The point is, it goes fucking up. And if it goes fucking up, you sell and you take profits and you set fucking profit stops and you're green. It's like every fucking time. This shit just fucking skyrockets. Look at how many dips you could have bought towards our level. Once, twice, three, four, five opportunities already. So, what do you think I'm going to do if SPY goes back towards 730. Okay, look, let's draw at our level. We're going to make it a little bit higher, right? Now, obviously, it's a big difference between buying 732 calls out of the money versus in the money. But this is where I would be very interested in beginning. 732, this zone right here. So this is my call zone, right? Our best level remains at the lows right here. And then you know, our new call zone is going to be right here. Now, if you're wondering what I would prefer to happen, this 30-minute candlestick is actually supposed to close green and bullish, which is why I bought the calls in the first place. So, what I would prefer to happen is for the best thing to happen. And for the best thing to happen would be if, since I already sold my calls, if this shit went below 733 and dropped to 732.40, I would just automatically buy calls without a question. Only if it happened in the next 20 minutes. So in the next 20 minutes, the sooner the better, because that means it has more time to recover. So basically what I'm telling you is this is another system that I have, right? You could think of this right here. This is an alert. You could think of this as a trade you can automatically make. However, the alert expires. I wish they had that feature that like you can add a time. That would be pretty cool. Like as I'm setting an alert, if I can add in like a time of like I want this alert to do not alert me at this price past this time, right? Meaning the alert expires at a specific time, right? So this is another system I have. The 30-minute candle is supposed to close strong. So sometimes this happens, sometimes it doesn't. If it pulls back, there's going to be a great opportunity to rebuy calls, right? Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Meaning, if you know the level to buy the calls and it's going to close bullish, like it tends to do, you can just get the fuck in. It's like it's already confirmed, it's already automated, right? Now, like I said, I personally wish that you can just like this alert could expire because I would only be willing to do this automatically without even looking at the charts up until 1:30 p.m. because that's when the 30-minute candlestick closes and I'm playing for the 30-minute close. That's what I'm trading for right now. I'm scalping for the 30-minute candlestick to close bullish. I'm not scalping for the next 30-minute candlestick because I have to see what this one looks like first, what this one closes as first before doing that, right? So basically, if this shit dropped right here, just automatically buy calls. Now, that trade idea, it's the best idea you can do. It's not going to happen every time, but if it happens, dude, it's going to fucking print, right? So you have to know what the best thing to do is. You don't have to necessarily know if it's going to happen or not. You just have to know what the best thing to do is and when that idea expires. This idea expires at 1:30 p.m. If we drop to here, then I'm buying calls. Now, obviously, we can sit here and analyze the chart and kind of determine and confirm if it's going to even drop there, but that doesn't even fucking matter because we're interested in buying calls down here, right? We already made our calls. We don't have to sit here and analyze this chart and say, oh, it looks bearish. It looks like it's going to hit our line. No, there's no trade to be made. Only trade to be made now is against the trend, is to buy a put and hope the shit drops. It's gonna recover anyways. That's why I'm staying the fuck away from fucking puts. Even though it's at the best level, I'm avoiding puts right now, even if I wanted to buy puts, because the 30-minute candle is gonna try to close strong. Obviously, we have plenty of time for this to drop, so realistically, puts could have a little print, but I'm not interested. I'm only interested about putting myself into things that are in full alignment with who I am and the way I trade, right? It has to be in alignment with what it is that I'm doing. If I'm sitting here and making a trade that good, that perfect, that undeniable, where not a single fucking person, not a single other trader, not a single other fucking streamer, not a single other person that you've ever seen, that you ever followed, even most people watching this stream, they don't do it like how I do it. They just can't. They're not buying it the exact fucking lows and they explode up. They're just not doing it how the fuck I'm doing it. And I'm sitting here saying I know what it takes to make a trade. That is that undeniable. That is that perfect. That is that unreal. Why would I sit here and try to tamper with something that is going to make me look bad? That is going to give me not good results, right? This is how you have to be as a trader. And nobody's willing to fucking be this. Nobody's willing to be it. Traders are fucking degenerates. They sit here and they just keep on fucking trading without knowing what the fuck they're doing. All most traders are doing, they're just diluting their accounts. It's like they're professionals at just diluting their accounts. All they're doing is just diluting themselves. It's like dilution. They're just fucking deleting their accounts all fucking day. They have no fucking idea, no fucking clue what the fuck they're doing. So we're just waiting, man. That's it. I have a trade idea. I could sit here and tell you guys if it's gonna hit or not. I could give a fuck. I'm like, dude, I already know what I'm gonna do. I already know what I want to do. If it happens, it happens, right? I could sit here and try to analyze, is this gonna pull back, even though I'm not gonna buy puts? I could sit here and use my knowledge, use my systems, and say, you know what? It looks like it's gonna pull back. But I don't give a shit. It's like, dude, this candlestick closes in 15 minutes. If it drops, I buy. If it doesn't drop, I do fucking nothing. Like, there's a time and there's a place to know something. That's what people don't get. People think that they have to actually know if it's going to crash here or not. I don't even have to know that. Am I capable of knowing that? Absolutely. Can I try to know and figure that out? Yes, but I don't even have to do that because it's not in alignment with what the fuck I'm doing. There's a time and a place to fucking know something, and a time and a place to actually know something is when the best setup at the best price hits, is when the trade is setting up. That's the time. Like think about that. Do you think it would make sense for me to use all of my brain power and go full capacity and try to analyze if this was going to crash right here, right now? For what? I don't want to buy puts. I don't care about fucking puts. I don't want to do it. For what? To sit here and say that it's going to go back here? Oh, look at me. I'm fucking predicting the market. Guys, it looks bearish here. It looks like it's going to drop here. And then we could buy calls. No, fuck that. Just let it happen. Let the charts do what the charts want to do. And then when it hits your best setup at your best price, when it hits your idea, that's when you put all of your fucking brain power into these fucking trades, man. Some people, like, they try to operate at their fullest capacity at a time where it doesn't even make sense to operate that way. It's like they're literally just wasting their fucking shit away. It's like, dude, I'm saving my shit for when it's time to make a move, right? That's what the fuck I'm doing. Like, it's fucking genius, man. This shit is fucking insane, man. I don't see a reason to operate at full capacity if I have no intent of doing anything with it, because I could be operating at full capacity doing something else that I have an intent of doing with at that other time, right? This is where it gets complex. This is where shit gets really complex, which is life in general and trading in general, right? Because with trading, you don't have to sit here and trade and analyze charts all day. You can do so many other fucking things. I could be working on so many other different things right now at this very moment, right? But since I'm streaming right now, obviously I'm trying to extract value because that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to give people value with this stream because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm fucking streaming. I could sit here and say nothing, but that's just not going to give much value. But obviously there's a time and a place to say nothing, right? Right now there's really not much to say. The only thing to really say is to just buy fucking here, but it's not going to fucking happen, right? Do I care that I sold my calls too soon? Absolutely not. I'm still in on calls. There's calls that I'm still holding that are currently recovering like fucking crazy because I told my whole chat today, I'm holding for a bigger move for the SPY to retest the highs, right? And I was already green enough where the trades that I made after that are currently down don't have to go green. So it doesn't fucking matter if this recovers or not. And then in the meantime, I'm just looking for scalps as I'm holding these trades. I do have some trades on calls that I'm currently down on, but like I said, it doesn't matter because I started off the day with two very nice wins and I never go green to red. That's how I size in. I scale my size down. If the trade expires worthless and goes to zero, I'll give back some gains, but I'm not going green to red. And then in the meantime, as I'm holding these trades, I'm making scalps, making more motherfucking money. So yeah, it is what it is, man. Like just always aligning myself. The best thing I could possibly align myself to. If I'm down on a trade, I'm not looking to sell for a loss. I'll hold it. If it recovers, it recovers. But yeah, guys, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to trade. This is how you got to fucking do it, man. I'm telling you, there's not a single person on this fucking planet who's doing it how the fuck we're doing it. It's absolutely undeniable. There's not a single person on this fucking planet who turns on a live stream, buy calls at the exact lows, and this shit just keeps on trending up. I'm leading the absolute best direction I could possibly lead. That's what we do. We fucking get in, we get out, and then we wait for the next one. And I'm still holding calls that are currently down, which could end up being massively up. And it doesn't matter that they're fucking down because I already started off my day green. I went green as fuck by buying calls at the exact lows. I literally bought calls at the exact lows right here. My plan was to buy calls at 735. I bought the calls at the lows and it spiked $1 fucking. And within that dollar, I made a 40% fucking return which is better than a 0% fucking return. So I started my day off green, and then I just had another massive green trade. I mean, dude, everybody watching this stream, they should be green. I just don't understand how someone could be red. Like just think about it like this. I literally bought calls right here. This is where I got in at this line right here. I literally got in as soon as the price went below 732. That means I bought the exact lows. So it's like, dude, I'm holding up a mirror to a trader. This is the reflection that I'm holding up. The reflection that I'm holding up is I'm buying here, I'm selling here, and yeah, it went up another fucking $1.32. Fucking crazy. The big move happened. Like I said, one of the potential outcomes could be the big move can happen. Since the big move is happening, it looks like the big move happened, and it looks like everyone who bought and held calls from earlier today is going to recover and be green as fuck as the SPY is going to retrace the highs, because this shit already went too high. The thing about this now is the price went too high, meaning it's likely going to retest the high of day. And I'm not sitting here and buying calls, buying calls, buying calls because I'm already holding my calls that are down, but they're gonna be green, and they're gonna fucking print. I just bought calls right here as well, the exact fucking lows. Um, I'm already holding. I'm already in on another trade that I made before the stream where my plan was to hold for the Hive Day test. That was me trying to aim for a bigger win. I didn't time it accurately, which is fine because I could still easily be green, but I don't need to be green because I'm already fucking green. You don't need to be something if you're already something. If you're already green, you don't need to be more green. Like you're already green. You're already doing what 99% of people fail to fucking do, which is to be green. But it's like, dude, that's the reflection that I'm holding up to people. If I'm going long here and price is doing this and you're not making money, what the fuck do you think you're gonna do? That's what I'm saying. Like, what does someone possibly think they could do if I'm buying here and it goes all the way up here? What do they think they're gonna do? Like, I just don't like. I'm buying the exact fucking lows, the exact fucking bottom. I just don't understand. Like, how could someone lose money? Like, that's the mirror, that's the reflection that I'm holding up to people. People have to live with that shit. Me, I live with my results. I got my gains. I secured my bag. Does it matter if it goes up? No. What is this going higher going to get me? What is it? What is it? I like. What is it going to do for me? The end goal of trading is to be green. It's not to sit here and try to make the absolute best, the most like it's to be fucking green every single day. That is the end goal. That is why we trade, to be green. It doesn't matter if you're more green. What matters is if you're fucking green. But yeah, man. Um, so it looks like the big move is what ended up happening, you know? And it happened very early, which means we are now at high probabilities to retest the highs. The absolute worst thing you can do now is to even consider buying puts. And like I said, I told you guys if you want, you could trade the channel, you could try puts. Me, I stayed the fuck away from that shit because I told you guys one of the potential outcomes was this shit could break out and retest the highs, and I'm staying the fuck away from puts because what I do best is calls, and this shit, I've been holding calls that I bought earlier because I think it can go to the previous high retest, right? Many people doubted it. I'm sitting here saying, dude, like there's 2 hours and 30 minutes left. If we're looking at who's fucked right now, the Bears are the ones who are genuinely fucked. It's not the Bulls. The Bulls held their ground at the best level to buy calls. For those of you watching my video, like SPY had a perfect gap close reversal. I literally told you guys the best level this week. That's what I said in the video. I said, if you watch the video, I literally said the best level to buy calls this week was at the gap. And as soon as SPY filled the gap, it had a fucking quintuple bottom for 2 hours. And now it's spiking like crazy to fill the gap that's waiting to fill above at 738. That is a gap close reversal to fill the gap above. And like I said, I'm still holding calls that I bought from earlier, and that was after I had two massive wins. So I'm sitting here saying, dude, everything I say, all the curriculum, all the levels, everything I'm doing, it's resulting to green every single time. It's resulting to wins. How can you buy puts at a break and retest level where the gap is waiting to fill for a gap close reversal where the shit literally gapped up and quickly went to 737 and we now have a gap that's waiting to fill above at 739.21? You'd have to be incompetent to consider buying puts at 732. It makes absolutely no fucking sense. If SPY closes the gap and holds for 2 fucking hours, and now the Bears are in hell of a lot of trouble because we have a green, red, green bullish pattern and it retested all the wicks, like I said, it's like, dude, people lose money because they don't speak the language that I speak. And the reason why they don't speak the language that I speak is because this is my fucking language. This is the shit that I created with my fucking eyes, with my fucking brain, with my fucking experience. I didn't learn this in fucking books or wherever the fuck, whatever the fuck. This is something that I created, that I fucking invented. This is my private world. That's how you can think of this. This is what my world looks like. This is the world that I created for myself, and that I give people access to. Right? This is literally my world that I created, and the shit works, and the shit prints every single fucking time. So, um, losing is genuinely a personal choice. I don't see how anyone could be read. Um, I just don't see it. If I turn on a live stream and buy here and it goes all the way up here, I just don't see how someone could be read. And then someone could say, "Oh, I missed the stream." And I'll be like, "How can you miss the stream? Don't you have a notification turned on? Don't you get a notification when a stream turns on? How could you miss the stream if you get a notification? Oh, I didn't have the notification on. I didn't click the bell." It's like, dude, that's your choice. Me, I could walk away right now from this chart. I don't have to do anything. I have my phone on hand. When if this shit goes back to here, I'll be alerted because I get a notification. Notifications is a choice. Creating systems for yourself is a choice. You guys need to understand we're in a very competitive world. We're in a very competitive market, you know? Um, I don't like to look at it as that I'm in competition with other people, because all I have to do is focus on my own world, myself, and keep on building off of that. But at the end of the day, we are in a highly competitive environment, and we are a highly competitive world. I don't look at it as like I'm competing against other people, but the reality is, we're in a competitive fucking world. We're in a competitive fucking environment. And you have to be very fucking sharp. And you have to know what the fuck you're doing at all fucking times. One mistake will cost you a lot. All it takes is one little slip up, one little mistake. Something as dumb as buying puts at a break and retest level, at a gap close reversal level, with a green, red, green bullish confirmation. It's like, dude, you have to be able to see through it. I saw through the illusions. I recognized that it was going to be a channel and it could potentially break out, or it could potentially drop lower, but it's going to recover anyways, right? So the smartest thing in the book was to just buy and hold calls at the lows, because if it goes lower, it's going to recover, and if it doesn't go lower, it's going to bounce, and it could potentially keep going higher. That's why I analyzed the chart and I said the wisest move on the chessboard was to buy calls, right? And it's just so advanced because even people with my curriculum might have taken that as bearish because the pattern did look bearish. If you look at the pattern, it was giving bearish but also bullish signals. The bearish signal was this was support, this was lower highs for 2 hours. All it kept on doing was lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Thanks to my experience with trading NVIDIA on Friday, where I bought calls at exact lows several times for several massive wins, I analyzed that SPY was doing the same pattern as NVIDIA, and I analyzed that even though the pattern was looking bearish, it was also placed at a bullish break and retest level, gap close reversal to fill the gap above, and with the most likely outcomes, even if it drops lower, it's got to pull back. It's like, dude, I put two and two together, and I said, even though the pattern looks bearish, it's most likely going to be bullish. And that's something that a lot of people fail to do with patterns and confirmations. They trade purely based off of how it looks, but they need to look at the placement and they need to be able to read through the market and to see through the illusions. And most people, they just go off appearance. Most people would have said like, "Oh, this is support, it cracks support, it formed lower highs for 2 hours, it keeps on going lower, closing lower, that's bearish." And then I'm sitting here saying, yeah, that's a bearish pattern. However, if we look at the placement, it's forming a higher floor from 632, it's reversing at the gap, and you got some wicks here, wick, wick, wick. It's going to try to spike and retest the wicks. And then I also went back and I analyzed similar patterns like this, where it was likely just going to either channel or push higher or go lower and then recover. So, like, I put two and two together and I saw the dumbest move on the chessboard was to buy puts at the gap close reversal level, right? Even though it looked bearish, but the placement was bullish. And there was some bullish patterns. This was bullish too. There was wicks, green wick, bullishness, right? Sometimes the market's going to give you something that looks bearish and also looks bullish, and you have to make a decision on what the fuck it is. And for everything it appeared to be, if you put together the whole map, the whole blueprint, it's like, dude, gap close reversal to explode up and fill the gap above, right? So if we look at the 30-minute chart, this could be one of the potential outcomes that's planning out. So The SPY had a reversal at the gap. And if we look at the 30-minute chart, this could be something that happens, right? So we're going to look at these two candles right here. So take a look. Red 30-minute, red 30-minute. Big green 30-minute facing down, big green 30-minute facing down. Next 30 minutes, gap up, massive 30-minute strong bullish close, another 30 minutes bullish, 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 right? Now, what's the other outcome? The other outcome is this 30-minute down, 30-minute down, spike, drop, green, red, green continues to push higher. So the only fucking outcome is it keeps on going higher. This is bullish. This is a bullish chart. Everything is fucking bullish. The bears have gotten trapped. The bears stepped their toes at 732. They got absolutely fucking annihilated. Now they're stuck. They are stuck holding the fucking trap that they put themselves in. SPY is bullish. Just because something's bullish doesn't mean I'm going long or buying calls. That's another thing. Oh, it's bullish. Let's buy call. No, that's not. It's not. I don't trade that way. I don't trade that way. I can sit here and say, look, the direction's bullish. The direction's up. It looks bullish as fuck. Doesn't mean I'm going long. Doesn't mean I'm putting money into it. Right? But that's the read. The read on the market is it's bullish, and that's where I'm at right now. Right? The further something moves, the further something develops, whenever it hits a trade idea we're interested in trading, that's when there's a move to be made. Right now, this is actually, if you think about it, this is actually now a good price and a good time to consider calls because it could literally be the exact lows before another massive move to the upside, right? So what I would say is if someone wanted to buy calls, I would say buy calls. Just don't flip red. But if someone wanted to buy calls, I would say this is a good price. This is a good time. Earlier, this was a level for puts, right? But now things have changed and we're adapting accordingly because that's what traders do. They adapt and they make money, right? So for those of you who want to buy calls, by all means you could buy calls. Like I said, I'm still holding calls that I bought earlier into the day after having 2 wins on calls using my game plan where I bought the exact lows on calls for a 40% return. I'm still holding my calls because I told my chat that the profit target for today was 737 and there's a gap to fill above at 739. And if you look at the 30-minute chart, the 30-minute chart is actually signaling that this can go up for an hour. Despite it pulling back, despite it dropping, it can go up for another fucking hour, right? Things change, things flip, you adapt accordingly, right? You just have to be able to know how to put yourself in the right opportunities, how to position yourself in the right way. Like I said, this is a great position to be in for calls. If you're on calls, it looks fucking great, right? I'm good. I'm good. I'm content. I'm already holding calls that I bought earlier from this morning. I already just nailed calls at exact fucking lows, right? I'm good. You know, um, trading isn't about sitting here and knowing every fucking thing. It's about executing and making fucking moves, man. And part of my execution is holding trades that I was down on because my plan was to sell at the previous highs, right here at the high of day at 737. That was my plan. And if it hits that price, I'm gonna be green as fuck on those calls. Not that I need to be, because I'm already fucking green, man. So that's it, man. You guys need to understand we're the absolute best at what we do. This is what we do. We win, and all we do is win. Yes, that's fucking amazing, man. Like it's genuinely amazing. It's like, dude, I'm sick right now. Like you guys don't like I'm fucking sick. Like I'm fucking coughing up fucking mucus. Like I'm not operating at a fucking 100% fucking capacity. I don't feel the absolute best. Like I'm still putting in like 20,000 steps a day, but like I'm sick and I don't feel the greatest. But like, you know what? Like I feel fucking amazing. I still feel fucking amazing for who I am and what I'm doing and what I've accomplished. Like I feel fucking great. Like, yeah, do I feel sick? Yeah, but since I'm fucking me, like I feel fucking amazing. Like I fucking feel amazing, man. So like oh my gosh, I just can't wait to no longer be sick. That's gonna be fucking amazing, man. It's just so weird to like get sick and then come out of sickness. Like, oh my gosh, it's just such a weird fucking feeling. Cause like I'm already operating at like a high level, but once I'm not sick, it's like it's gonna be like a completely different fucking person. That's why I don't like getting sick because like it's just so weird to like feel like you know what I mean? Like it's just so fucking weird. Like to then feel that way and then just come back to like your normal self. Like it's just fucking weird. Like I just don't like shit like that. But fortunately for me, I tend to actually trade very, very well when I'm sick. For whatever reason that is, I actually do trade well when I'm sick. I don't like it or enjoy it. but being sick, but I do tend to trade very well when I am sick. I've actually noticed that whenever I'm sick. So yeah, man, it's just, man, the weirdest, it's just such a weird feeling though to be sick and then like all of a sudden you just like come back to normal and your normal self. And then you look at the contrast of like who I was when I was sick and then who I am when I'm not sick. But that's why like the contrast for me is fucking crazy. That's why in a way I'm trying to like just maintain like high performance and just be the absolute best I can be, because I just don't like big shifts of contrast like that, because I'm just not the type of person to sit around and do nothing and just try to like, get better and heal and rest. Like that's just not the type of person um that I am, is just like to sit around, even though it could help my sickness or whatever. Fuck, that's just like not who the fuck I am. I just like to operate at a high fucking level. It's just weird, like to feel sick and then fucking operate low, like and then fucking come back to normal. It's just such a weird fucking feeling. That's why, like in a way, I'm just trying to operate at like high efficiency. I just don't like the contrast between that. It's just so weird. Like just stepping out of yourself, stepping out of your habits, and then feeling normal again, and then going back to normal and going back to your habits. I just don't like the contrast of that. Like I'm someone as well. I don't like weekends at all because it takes me away from what I'm supposed to be doing. And what I'm supposed to be doing is winning. And the way I win is to fucking trade. That's why I hate weekends, because it's like having 2 days off of not doing what I do best at. And I'm someone who believes that time away from something that you're good at usually doesn't make you better unless it's genuinely needed. Obviously, there's points at people's times where they genuinely need it to become better. They need to take a step back and do something else for a short period of time, or they just need a break. They just need a vacation. I don't like doing that, but that's fine within reason too. It's just, I don't like having time away from the things that are in alignment with what I'm good at. If I'm the best, if I have a skill set that I'm the best at, I don't like taking time off, because taking time off is going to pull me away from that. And if I'm pulled away from that, I don't see how that's going to make me better. If anything, I think it's going to make me just more like rusty, or just more like, just not as like in it. I like to be in it. But another weird feeling too is when you go too deep into something and then like you snap out of it, like something happens or whatever, or you just pull yourself out of it. And then you're like, damn, I was that fucking deep into that shit. Like people don't know how deep they are into something until they typically get pulled out of something. That's another thing, man. That's another fucking like insane thing. But anyways, man, look, we're just we're just waiting, man. We're just waiting for the absolute, it's just, I mean, I think it'd be interesting. Like I think it's interesting to like stream while I'm sick, because like I never get sick. So then like I could look back at this and I could be like, wow, this is what I like when I was sick. It's just interesting. Like cuz I'm never fucking sick. Um but yeah, man. Like this shit is yeah, this shit is fucking insane, man. We got 2 hours and 22 minutes for another legendary trade to be happening. It's gonna be nearly impossible to top the last trade that I just made. That shit was bought at the exact fucking bottom. First trade on stream, shit is crazy. Be right back. Gonna get some water, H2O. Oh my gosh, man. Look at how fucking bullish SPY is. Are you guys seeing this, man? Are you seeing this? It's like, dude, all I see is 737. That's all I'm fucking seeing is 737 these days, man. Like, I'm already holding calls. I'm already holding L's that are probably gonna flip green as fuck. It's like, dude, I'm already like I'm showing. Like I said, the most likely outcome since we had the big breakout this early is 737. That is the most likely outcome. 737. And I told you, if you wanted to make another trade, the time to do it was here, right? Doesn't mean I'm going to do it, but if someone wanted to make another trade, the time to do it was literally to buy the fucking dip, like I said, and the shit's already ripping. So, my you saw how the stream started off, and now in terms of what it turned into, um 737 is my profit target for the day. And I do think it's a great idea to be buying puts at 736 to 737 zone. This is our only zone for puts. And even me, I'm interested in buying puts at this zone. Obviously, higher the better. But I'm actually interested. I'm actually very interested in buying puts at this zone. This is a zone, I wasn't willing to do it down here, but at this level right here, I'm genuinely interested in trying puts. I'm going to be very cautious and careful. We got a gap to fill above. The bulls are shining pretty bright right now, but it is supposed to kind of try to pull back towards this level before pushing higher, you know, and it could lose some gains. So yeah, most likely outcome is we go to 737. Um and that's where I want puts is at 737, nothing below. 736 mid, 737, right? And in the meantime, I'm just holding calls that were down, because I got into early, which is fine because like I said, I already had 2 wins on the day. Guys, if I have 2 wins on the day and then I have a couple L's, it means I'm green. So just never go green to red. Never go green to red, most I trade on the day, maybe 5 trades at the most, usually like 2 trades, 3 trades, right? But if I start my days green, I'm never going red. Worst thing you could do is start green and go red. There is no point of starting green if you're going to flip red. The point of trading is not to be green to flip red. The point of trading is to be green. It's not to be green to be more green. No, no, no. The point of trading is to be green. That's the point of trading. It's not to be green and try to be more green. It's not to be green and flip red. The point of trading is to be green. That's the point of trading. If you're green, you're doing something right. If you're not green, you're doing something wrong. That's as simple as it gets. That's the most simple explanation that I can give you about trading. You know, if you're green, you did something right. If you're green to red, you did something wrong. You know, it's not about sitting here and trying to be more green. That's not it. If you want to try to be more green in the best way possible. What does that mean? If I want to sit here and keep on making money after I already made a fuck ton of money, the best way for me to do that is to do it in a low risk way, where no matter what I do, where no matter how many losses I have, the most I lose is what I'm comfortable of losing, which is 30% to 50% of your profits. If you exceed that, you have to stop yourself out and stop trading and call it a day, right? And obviously you can walk away when you're green, right? Um, so just understand that, man. If you ever see me start off green and then I have a couple L's, I'm not going green to red. Even if the trades go to zero, even if the trades before that were smaller wins. The way to do it, you size your position down. If you put in $500 into your trade and you had a nice win, after that, you size it down $300, $200, $100, however much you want to size it down, right? You do the math, you figure out how much you're risking, how much you're comfortable with losing. When you win and you want to win more, always make sure you size your positions down and you enter trades that were better than your previous trade, right? You do those two things, you're never going to go green to red, right? You know how much you're risking, you know how much you're putting into the trades. Whatever you put in is whatever you lose, right? Now, one way around that is by adding to winners. Because if you add to a winner, you're not losing that because you're setting profit stops and you're either going to get profit stopped out quick or the trade's going to go straight up in your favor for a massive win. It goes one of the two ways, right? The biggest hack in the stock market is to add to winners. Because if you add to winners instead of profit stop, you You either get stopped out for a small win or you make a massive win without taking on extra risk because the trade just keeps on going up in your favor, right? That's the ultimate cheat code. Literally, the biggest cheat code in the stock market is adding to winners and setting profit stops. There's no other way to win more without increasing your position size, without taking on extra risk. You're not taking on extra risk because you're setting a profit stop, which stops you out green, right? And sometimes the trades go straight up and you make a fuck ton because you added to the wins. So just understand that, man. Just understand if we start our days green, I have 2 wins, and say there's like 3 L's in a row, still green, and you know how many trades we make on a day on average, typically 2 to 3 trades, some days 5. So you have an idea on what you should be sizing and how many trades could be made. So there's no excuses. There's no excuses to go green to red. There's absolutely no excuses. If you start green, you finish green, right? So just remember that. But yeah, it's doing the same shit. It's doing the pattern that I said. Look, this is the pattern right here. Red, green, green, red, green, green, right? So at some point, this shit's gonna fucking blast the fuck off for the next hour, and calls are gonna print. This is in alignment for 736 very, very quickly. The bears got trapped, and now they're fucked. And now that they're fucked, the profit target is 736 plus. And it can happen very, very quickly, right? So this is how you trade. This is how you do. You need to wait for shit to develop, and this is it. This is how you fucking make gains. Like I said, if someone wanted to make a trade, I already made my trades. I'm already holding my trades. I'm good. If someone wanted to make a trade, I told them buy calls right here. It's literally the low of the fucking dip. This is what we do, man. I'm the only one out here winning this fucking much, printing this fucking much. Nobody is fucking doing it. Exactly. There is no degenerates here. We smoked out all the degenerates. If someone's a degenerate, they lost their spot. A degenerate can't even afford to watch this stream because their life got so fucking insane that they don't have the time to watch the stream. They have to work a 9 to 5 or do something else with their fucking life. That's what I'm saying, man. Like if someone's a degenerate and they're watching my shit, something's gonna happen in their life where like they're gonna be forced out of the stream. It's like, dude, if you're not using this shit to make fucking money, like you're fucking up. You really are. There's no other purpose to be watching this shit if you're not learning and you're not making fucking money. It's like I'm putting people in the absolute best trades they could possibly be in. That's exactly what the fuck I do. I sit here and I wait for the absolute best trades. This is my skill set. This is one of my skill sets is to sit here and wait for the absolute best trades to buy calls at the lows. That's my number one profession with the stock market is to buy calls at lows. That's what I do the best. Um, I just don't think anyone's going to be able to do it better than me. I just don't think it's possible. I don't. Maybe someone could figure out how to like hold a little bit longer, win a little bit more. But in terms of the entry, I don't think they're going to be able to get a better entry than me. I don't see how it's going to be fucking possible. I genuinely believe that nobody can get a better entry than me because I see my results and I just know, like, I don't watch other people, but I just fucking know that, like, nobody's doing it the way I do it. And I didn't learn this from other people. It's just, this is what I'm best at is buying the fucking dips. And man, what a great market to be doing it in, right? Fucking dude. Look at the market I'm buying dips in. Oh my gosh, what a great easy fucking market. Like guys, look at SPY. I'm buying the dips on SPY. Look at fucking SPY. Oh my gosh, this shit just keeps on fucking going up. Look at fucking AMD. Like, dude, what a great market to be like buying the dips in. Like, man, if only people had the levels, if only they had the best levels to buy the dips. And that's what I have. I have the best fucking levels to buy the dips. I have the absolute best fucking levels. I literally said in last night's video, the best level to buy calls for the rest of the week was 732. That was the exact fucking lows. It doesn't even matter if SPY goes lower. The level worked. We made money. Profit stopped out. It doesn't fucking matter. If you're green, you don't have to be more green. All you have to be is green. Like if you try to be more green, you're actually trying to be more red and give back your profits too. You know? Like that's something that people don't seem to realize. If I'm already green, not only am I trying to be more green and make more money, but I'm also attempting to give back profits and to lose money. It works both fucking ways. But if you're already green, you're already green. Case closed, you're already green. If you try to be more green, you're not only attempting to make more money and to get more of what you already are, but you're actually attempting to lose money, to give back profits. It works both ways. People think the greatest thing to do is just to sit here and trade in green, 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 and more green, more money. It's like, dude, at the end of the day, you're putting up more risk to make more money. And when it doesn't work out, you get back your profits. So it works both fucking ways. Green is green. If you aim for more green, not only are you aiming for more profit, but you're also aiming for less profit. It works both ways. That's why the most superior thing you can do at the end of the day is to be green, you know? Because even if you try to be more green, you can give back gains and you can also make more money in the process of doing that, but still you're risking gains you already had. Um, you know, but yeah, man, it's like what a market to like buy dips. You know, like I think looking back, people will realize like, wow, all I had to do was focus on the dips. It's like Trump's in office, you know, everything's good, everything's going up, everything's going fucking parabolic. Like if people just knew the best prices to buy at an oversold level, like see, that's another thing. Like if you buy breakouts, all right, let's buy the breakout, guys. Let's buy the breakout at 700. Oh, faked out, faked out, faked out, faked out. Oh, market fell off a cliff, right? If people just knew the best levels to buy and hold on the dips, they would always be green. They would have been green since April. It worked every single time. If people would have just bought and held dips, obviously, if they bought at this resistance and held, they got fucked. But if they even bought at this dip right here, if they just bought a dip in general and held, they fucking made money. It's like, dude, if people just focused on buying oversold dips, if they knew how to do it on all time frames, there's no reason to be red. It just doesn't make sense. Like that's why I'm saying, like, if the market looks this pretty, this picture perfect, this good, and someone's red, I would strongly recommend that they leave the market, that they quit trading because like how much easier can it get? Look at the chart and then look at other plays. Look at AMD. Like, dude, how are people going to be losing money on plays that just keep on going up if they hold their trades? It just doesn't make any like all the L's come back to life. This shit all comes back to life, man. Fuck, it's never been easier. It's never been easier to buy the dips. It really hasn't. You know, market just keeps on getting new all-time highs. It's SPY reverses at every single fucking gap. Every pattern that I'm showing you is fucking working out to a fucking T. Like it just doesn't get easier. It really doesn't get easier. You know, you really have to sit here and wonder of like I don't even wonder about like how people could be red. It's more about like why are they still going? Like what the fuck do they think? Like how could someone still keep on trading if they're losing money in the simplest, easiest times of making money? Like what is it that they're thinking or seeing that like I just this is the best and easiest time to make money in the market. Every single gap that fills, it reverses and it explodes up. The gap close reversal trading strategy. Like, dude, this shit works every fucking time. Look at this, man. There was a gap here. It filled the gap and then it reversed and it filled this gap and then it pulled back, right? There was a gap right here and then it filled the gap and then it reversed. There was a gap right fucking here. It filled the gap and went a little bit lower, and then one day later, it fucking reversed like crazy. There's a gap right here. This was the best level. Watch last night's game plan. I literally said the best level to buy calls this week was at 632. I gave you the exact lows, and I showed up and I did it on stream. And then I sit here and wonder, as someone who gives these game plans a day out in advance, I wonder like, are these people doing what I'm doing the way I do it? And then I wonder, like, if they are they holding for bigger wins? Or are they selling how I'm selling? What are they doing? You know, like I'm literally giving people exact fucking lows a day before in advance. I'm sitting here questioning, like, dude, why come the whole world isn't watching these videos? Why come people aren't printing as much as like everyone should be fucking making bank at this fucking shit? It's the exact fucking lows. Like it really makes you question, you know, why people are broke, why people lose money. You know, most people just watch entertainment. They don't even watch shit that makes them fucking money. Dude, my channel's insane. I give people the best levels to buy. My channel doesn't even grow. It just sits there. It's just like flat lines. I'm like, damn, that's just not, you know, like maybe people are just looking for something else. Like whatever the fuck. Like I literally give people the absolute lows. It's the best prices to buy the calls. It's fucking crazy. It is what it is, you know. Social media is not real. It's not a real world. It's not a fair world. It's all controlled and manipulated. You know, it's fucking insane, man. But at the end of the day, um, I have the best entries. I have the best game plans, the best curriculum, no matter what. So it is what it is. It's fucking, it's just crazy to think about how like I could sit here and give people the exact lows and they could still be red. Like, and they're still trading too. Like, what are they fucking like? It's one thing to be red, but it's another thing to keep on going. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are they going for? I'm giving them the exact lows. If they can't make money with this shit, what the fuck do they think they're gonna do by keep on going? What can they possibly figure out that I just don't see it? I genuinely just don't see it. If I give someone the exact lows to buy and they're not making money and they're losing money and they're still trading, I'm thinking to myself, like, what the fuck are they doing and why do they keep on going? It just genuinely doesn't make any fucking sense, man. But yeah, man, this 30-minute close green as expected. Um, just not much to do right now. There's just not much to do right now. The big move had panned out. Losing is genuinely a personal choice. Exactly. Losing is genuinely a personal choice. Dude, people are asking how much we charge for the Discord. I'm sitting here saying, motherfucker, you should have made more money than we charged with the trade that I just fucking made. You shouldn't even be asking about the fucking price. You should be joining the fucking group if you want to make more fucking money. But I don't know, not everyone thinks like that. Not everyone thinks like an investor. And also, you could write this shit off on your taxes. For those of you who are actually profitable, it's a business expense to invest into information, into alerts, into groups, into communities. All this shit is a business expense. I can join any group I want to join at any price point and I can write it off as a tax write off. That's another thing with the stock market. You guys need tax write offs. You really do. Because all of your money is being made on a virtual fucking screen. This is not real. This does not exist. So you need business fucking expenses. And the reality is, with trading, there isn't a lot of business expenses. There's really not, dude. You sit here, you look at a chart, you get a platform. Like, you don't need much. You really don't need much. To trade the way we trade, you basically don't need any fucking thing. All you need is a fucking broker and some cash in the fucking, like, you don't need shit, man. You really don't need much to trade how we trade. And once you start making money, you start thinking like, fuck, I need business expenses. I need to put my money in different avenues to make more money. And you need to get smart with taxes. That's like another thing, man. Like, literally, one of the biggest advantages about trading is like, yeah, taxes can be high as shit, but like it's hard to have tax write-offs. Like, you have to create them on your own. That's why traders actually start their own businesses. That's one of the reasons for tax purposes. Um and just to have something real, because none of this is fucking real. This is like virtual made up fucking screen. Like, the shit is not fucking real. It's a tool, it's a device where you can use it to make fucking money, but at the end of the day, it's like, this is just a virtual fucking world. This shit is like social media. It's not real shit. It's just numbers on a fucking screen. Control, manipulation, like, it's all bullshit. Like, none of this is fucking real. Like, guys, the best thing about the market is you can actually get to a place where you know it's going to happen. People are like, oh, you don't know what the stock's going to do. You don't know what's going to happen. I would say to an extent, we do know what the fuck it's going to do, you know? And it tends to work the vast majority of the time. So maybe they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. Why the fuck would I sit here and trade if I don't know what the price is going to do? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, people are like, you can see, like, that shit makes no sense to me. Like that fucking movie, how they talked about how, like, nobody knows the direction of a stock, if it's going to go up, if it's going to go down. If I don't know the direction of what I'm trading, why the fuck would I put my money in a trade? Does that make any fucking sense? Why would I sit here and put my money at risk if I don't know what this is going to do? Why would I even bother? That sounds like fucking gambling. That sounds like a fucking Ferris wheel, fucking degenerate, fucking gambling fucking scheme. It's like, dude, the only reason I'm doing this is because I know what the fuck it's gonna do. I'm not sitting here and saying that everyone knows. A lot of people don't. They don't know shit, but some people actually know shit. Some people are just built differently. Like, I just fucking know shit. If I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do, I look like a fucking degenerate going on stream and saying, "Oh, it's gonna go up," and then it just goes down all the time. I would look like a fucking degenerate. People would use me as an inverse fucking indicator, which is great as long as it makes them money. But it's like, why would I even fucking bother if I didn't know what the direction of the price is? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. I could just go to the casino and just put money on red or black. I could just do that. Why would I trade if I don't know the direction of price? That makes no sense. That's why, like, those degenerates who just say like nobody knows what a stock is gonna do, then why trade? Why trade? Why bother with stock? Maybe you're just shit. Maybe they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Or maybe they're just on the other side of the business. Maybe it's that. They're just on the other side of the business that makes money from the business, but doesn't make money from trading because they didn't figure it out. You know, maybe they're fucking broker, maybe they're fucking selling whatever the fuck, right? Selling indicators, selling tools, selling courses, whatever the fuck, right? Um, you know, maybe people are just on a different side of the business. But the way I see this, I'm like, dude, this is predictable as shit. I know where the direction is going. This is a realistic way to make money. It really is. Like, the people who say it's not are on the other side, and they use it as a way to make money differently by selling indicators, courses, brokers, finding some prop firms, prop firms using, fees and all that to make money off people. They don't make money trade, right? Shit like that. They're on the other side. There's two sides to the stock market. I would argue that there's one side that's a business that makes money selling, ways where you can make money. Oh, use our prop firm, use our education, use our indicator, right? But that's not them actually making money trading, right? And those are likely the people who say, right, that like, oh, you can't predict the stock. You don't know what direction it's gonna go. And then I would argue there's the other side who actually knows shit. Because like, dude, if I'm making money trading and I know what the fuck I'm doing, how could I sit here and lie to myself that nobody knows if a stock's going to go up or down? Because I genuinely do. Maybe other people don't, but I fucking do. Like, and that's why I do what I fucking do. Otherwise, I wouldn't do this shit. Why would I sit here and waste time trading if I didn't know if something was going to go up or down? It doesn't make any fucking sense. I can sit here and like guess and gamble in peace by having fun and going to a fucking casino and blowing money that way. If that's genuinely what I wanted to do, it's like, people just don't get it. Like, shit's crazy, man. This shit is really, yes, we're about to skyrocket. We're about to pop. We're about to go to I would say we're on track for 737. That's what I would say. That's what I would fucking say, you know? I'd also say that losing's a personal choice. Losing's a personal choice. Yes, it's all a fucking choice. It really is. Losing is genuinely a personal choice. It really is. Um Everything's bullish. There's not much to say. Everything's bullish. There really isn't not much to say. But yeah, man, what a day, man. We got Power Hour coming up in an hour here. Um, that's gonna be interesting too. Oh my gosh, look at this shit fucking roaring up. This shit is fucking insanity, man. Look at that fucking shit. It's fucking crazy, man. My fucking gosh. Yes, our calls green as fuck. Everything's fucking green as fuck. Like all we do, fucking green as fuck. Like yes, everything is fucking green. My gosh, dude, my fucking calls are up a fuck ton, man. If people listened, they would be green as fuck right now, you know? But not everyone wants to listen. That's what I'm saying. Like we're trying to find people who are red, we're really trying to find people who are red, like it's not everyone. We're trying to find someone who's red. Nobody's red, dude. Nobody. There's not a single person red. If they're red, they're not in the group. That's what I would say. They're not in the fucking group. If you're red, you're in the group. You should not be in the group. You need to exit. You know. Look, man. Planes have emergency exits for reasons. At some point, people have to exit the plane. Not everyone's flying where we are. That's fucking facts. Not everyone's gonna be flying where we're fucking flying. But yeah, man, it's like, dude, everybody's green, guys. The flex these days is to be green. If you guys want to flex, you need to be green. That's the biggest flex. I'm telling you. There's no greater flex than being green. That's one of the biggest flex is to be green. Because if you're green, you can do whatever the fuck you want, you know? You guys can live in a normal place. You can live in a mansion. You can live wherever you want, be wherever you want, travel wherever you want. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do, no matter what, because you guys are in control of your life, especially when you're green. You can live it up large, blow money, or you can live reasonably. You can live however the fuck you want to be, because that's the best part about trading. There's no boss, there's no rules, there's nobody telling you what the fuck you can and can't do. If you guys want to live like a monk and live cheap as fuck, you can do that. If you guys want to blow all your money, you can do that too. You can do both. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You know? You guys can literally do whatever you want to do with your life. And that's the best part about trading. One of the things that I like most about trading is it's a very personal skill set. That's what I would say. It's very personal, you know? It's very like lone wolf, personal skill set, all on yourself. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to help you. It's very personal. That's what I like about it. It's like a one-on-one type of job. You don't need people around you, you don't need groups, you don't need any fucking thing. That's the best part about trading. All you need is yourself. That's what I would say is one of the greatest parts about trading. Because if all you need is yourself, you can literally just live and do whatever the fuck you want to do. You don't want to be in a relationship, don't be in a relationship, you know? Some people are literally in relationships just for like money or for whatever the fucking reason. It's like, dude, some people are with certain people just because they're accepting the situation that they're in and they don't want a certain thing or whatever. Like financial freedom, where you don't have a boss or you don't have anyone else, right? To like tamper with your shit or to talk about your shit or whatever the fuck, where you're not tied to anything or anyone and you get your money by yourself and you extract it alone, right? It's literally the best thing. It's the best thing in the world. To rely on nobody but your fucking like it's insane, man. Like there's such a high level of freedom. Um to be able to not rely on other people and to just do whatever the fuck you want to do, no matter what anyone fucking says, you know? That's the best part about trading. It's the freedom, you know? You can make millions of dollars and live a normal life. People might question that, and then some might not, but it doesn't fucking matter because at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your time, it's your life. And as a trader, you are the one who is providing that for yourself. Therefore, there's no reason to even think or care about what anyone else thinks because at the end of the day, if someone's telling you you should do this or do that or whatever the fuck, they're not the ones who are providing the money for you. It's yourself and it's your skill set. Therefore, people could say whatever the fuck they want to say. But at the end of the day, they're not the ones who are putting you in the position to make the money that you make. And you could just do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's why I believe trading is the absolute best skill set to have because it's all on you. The only person to look in the mirror is the only person around, your fucking self. There's no one to blame, there's nobody coming to save you. It's a different way of life. It's the ultimate freedom because you're in control of what it is that you're fucking doing with your fucking life. It's fucking amazing, man. That's what I love about trading. That's what I love about it. You know, you don't have to listen to other people. You don't have to give a fuck what other people have to say. You don't have to give two shits about any fucking thing or any fucking one. All you have to do is be green and then just do what you want. That's it. You're green and then you can do whatever the fuck you want, right? Just whatever the fuck. That's the best part about trading. It really is because there's just no other skill set, there's no other craft in this fucking world that gives someone that fucking freedom, you know? Like I said, there's people who are in relationships and they're only in those relationships because in their current situation, that's just the best that their life is going to get, unless they're willing to go like 10 steps back to try to create a better life for themselves. But most people aren't willing to lose that, you know? Like a lot of people can make a better life for themselves if they cut off certain people. But some people are around certain people just because they've been there for a long time, just because there's financial benefits you know, around, just because there's a place to stay, all these other things, you know? Some people don't want to go a lot of steps backwards to get to where they really want to go. They stay stuck with other fucking people. That's what I've always liked being alone with. That's just how I am. Like just I love being alone. Um, most people don't have my best interest and most people are just not on the shit that I'm on, which is completely fine. Um, you know, but it's just like, you know, most people are just not it's hard to find good people. It really is. But anyways, man, um, you know, 735. Yeah, so Spy, like I said, Spy's just doing nothing, which is why I'm just, you know, talking right now because what more important thing to do than to talk about life as we're doing nothing, you know, other than silence. Silence is the only other thing that would be just as important. Silence is very important. But yeah, man, it's just life is amazing, guys. You know, I want all you guys to be green. I want all you guys to be successful. I want everyone to be profitable. That's why I do what I do, to get people results. There's no other reason to do it. Like I'm not in competition with anyone. I'm only trying to get people better results as time goes on. That's the only mirror I can hold up to myself is my skill set and the results that I get and just keep on going off of that, you know? At the end of the day, someone could always be better at something, but they could never be you. And that's why the most powerful thing to be in this world is your fucking self, because no one could ever be you, you know? That's the fucking beauty of being alone as well. But yeah, guys, there's just nothing to do, you know? There's just nothing to do. It's like when I pulled my toes out of the market, it just kind of died, you know? It went up a little bit more, but then it just kind of fucked off. Said, oh, that's right. I guess kind of died. There's just nothing to do, man. It is what it is. There's nothing to do, you know? It is what it fucking is. There's nothing to do. It could be worse. We could do something wrong, you know? We could lose money. It could be worse. We could sit here and lose money. It could be worse, guys. It could always be worse. Guys, the reason to be competent in this world is because it could always be worse. It's not necessarily easy to keep on getting better and better and leveling up. It takes time, takes skill, takes trial and error, takes failure. But one of the reasons to be very competent and sharp in this world is because it can always get worse and it can always get lower very, very quickly, you know? And it's hard to say the same for the upside and for the good things in life at times. But it seems to always be easy to just fall and go lower and lower and lower and make poor decisions. It seems like that's just the easiest move to fuck up on. That's why I say like to be smart and to be competent and to do the right things in life and to not like do drugs or anything bad, like it's very, very important because at the end of the day, if you think about it, the easiest thing in life is to go lower and is to get worse. And if people do things and do bad habits that are going to bring them lower, all they're doing is making it harder to rise up to where they really want to go. And they're also making it easier to go lower and lower and lower, which is the easiest thing to do. You know, that's why like it's just so important in life to have a clean baseline, to have a clear signal, to just make the smart, right, competent choices, which are like some of the simplest things, you know, to just like eat right, to get your steps in, to drink a lot of water, to get good sleep, like just all these important things. And like the sad thing is, it's like the dumbest things are taking people away from the cleanest, simplest, strongest baseline foundation. And some of those things are, it's like genuinely the phone, man. Like I need to make a video just going over the phone because like the sad reality is there's just too many people in this world who are wasting too much time, too much energy on their phone and they're not doing anything with it. And all they're doing is just creating like poor dopamine habits. Like they're literally like a fucking like their brain is like a fucking like rat. Like they're just fucking themselves over by getting like a dopamine hit and it just never fucking ends and they're just wasting all their time and all their energy and like the most expensive currency is energy and attention, where your attention goes and how your energy is. And like people are just deluding themselves non-stops to their fucking jobs, to their fucking phones, to all this bullshit, especially the phones. Like I would argue the biggest thing is the phone just because of how much time people spend on it. Like most people probably spend 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours a day on their phone. And if you think about what they're doing with those hours, they're not doing any fucking thing, which is crazy because that phone is not helping them in any way, shape, or form possible for most people, you know? And most people don't need to be on their phone for fucking 8 hours a fucking day. And if they did need to be on their phone that long, there's better things to fucking be on. You know, there's fucking laptops, there's computers, there's more things with higher capacity that can get you better results than a fucking phone. So it's like, I would say one of the biggest problems with people is fucking phones. That's like, if we narrowed it down to everything, fucking phones, eating like shit, fucking porn, stupid fucking habits, watching TV. I would say those are genuinely the dumbest things that people fucking do. And then a lot of the fucking trap where people are stuck is their 9 to fucking 5s. That's a fucking bitch taking too much time, too much energy, not paying shit in today's world. Those are some of the biggest problems that people are having. But man, that's another thing. It's like, dude, if someone's working a 9 to 5, they need to be at their absolute sharpest, most competent state of mind because their biggest problem is they don't have enough time and they don't have enough money. And in those two particular situations, you cannot afford to waste your time. You already don't have enough money. So if someone's working a 9 to 5 and they're already wasting their time and not having enough money, they got two major problems with life. And if they're in that particular situation, they need to decode everything they're doing with their life and start changing their habits and start changing what they're doing. Like people could literally be better off doing nothing than being on their phone because at some point when they had enough time of doing nothing, they're going to be forced to do fucking something. And doing fucking something is better than being on your phone. And doing fucking nothing is better than doing stupid fucking habits. You know? Like this shit is crazy, man. It really does blow my mind because I just remember I'm like how much time I used to spend on my phone. I look back on that, I'm like, that's one of the reasons why I wasn't getting the results that I wanted to get in my life. It's because I was just wasting time on a phone. That's why I wasn't feeling good. That's why my frequency, my vibration was lower. That's why I wasn't as smart. That's why I wasn't as social. That's why I wasn't as good in conversations. Like it was just so a lot of it was just because wasting time on stupid fucking shit. But things take time to develop too. But like it's just like, man, people need to stop wasting their fucking time on lifeless, stupid fucking shit. You know, someone could argue that in a way this is pointless and this is lifeless, but at least this makes us money and at least it feels good. You know, like at least I feel like I'm doing something like with my life in a way because okay, look, like if someone genuinely believes like okay, the stock market it's just something that goes up or goes down, nobody knows what it's going to do, then I would sit here and say, like, yeah, they're probably wasting their life away if that's who they are and that's what they believe. But in my experience and the way on how I get results, I don't believe that. I actually believe that you can make money with a strategy, with a system, off directions, right? That's why I don't think I'm wasting my time or wasting my life away because this is a skill set and this skill set gets me results. And those results don't only change my life, but they change other people's lives. Obviously, is there better things that I can be doing with my time, with my money? Of course, there's other better things to do, but this is just one of the things that it's I'm so deep in the skill set where I can't give it up. I genuinely enjoy it and I'm fucking addicted to it. And the reality of the situation is when you become so good at something and you look at everything else around and you've put your all your time and energy into one skill set, you start to realize like, dude, nothing's gonna give me a higher ROI than this. And I just genuinely love what I'm doing. And one of the reasons why I love what I'm doing is because I'm good at it. You know, I could sit here and get good at doing stupid shit like scrolling all day and getting a bunch of dopamine and feeding my mind all this dopamine and just scroll and just do stupid shit. And I could feel fucking great. But this actually makes me feel great in a way that's gonna like make my life go up and in a way that makes sense. I actually feel good doing this. It's not like some fake dopamine or some fake good. It's like I'm literally using all of my fucking energy, all of my attention, all of my brain power, all of my fucking I'm trying to operate at my highest capacity to get this result. And I don't think someone could sit there and say that on some fake ass dopamine. If someone's just scrolling on TikTok for whatever what they're scrolling or just doing some bullshit, like even if they're operating at high capacity, it's like it's just not the same. It's like, look, at the end of the day, there's just nothing like trading. And that's just one of the reasons why too. It's because I genuinely love the craft. I have the passion for it. It's in my DNA, it's in my blood. And like to be honest, it's gonna be hard to find other things to do than this. It really is going to be hard to find unless I find just like the certain types of people, man. I'm always one who likes to I like to seek truth and stuff like that and being around certain people, but those people are just so hard to find and people come and go and people just aren't there forever. So like, you know, that's just like chapters and shit, but like this shit is here every day. It's predictable every day. It's stable every day. It's reliable every day. And there's just nothing like putting yourself up to the challenge of trading. There's nothing like it. Trying to grow your balance, trying to grow your account, trying to get results, trying to outperform your previous trades, trying to improve, trying to get better. Like it's like a fucking sport. And this shit is fucking insanity. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like for someone to get good at this, I would tell them that they would have to be like so far off of the spectrum and hit levels of like mental fucking insanity. Like they would have to go pretty far off the fucking spectrum. They would have to go through, they would have to experience heaven and hell on earth. They would have to walk through some of the worst things that anyone could fucking walk through. Like, I think to get to the top of this game, you know, people need thick skin. People have to go through a lot of dark shit to get to the light. It's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows. And they're going to have to do a lot of that shit alone by themselves. And man, it's like the shit I had to fucking go through to get to this fucking point. Most people either are never going to go through it or they would just stop at some point because it's just too much. It either exceeds their capacity or they're just done. It's like you have to be absolutely, in a way, it's like you have to be very good at being detached and emotionless in execution. You have to be very good at executing, at making the right moves at the right times, at pushing the button without hesitation, you know? You have to be able to make decisions very, very quickly. Like I said, man, like I really do think to get to the absolute peak of trading that it's I would say the best if I were to think of the best trader in the world, it would most likely be the person who goes through the roughest of times, you know, who has people betray them, who loses everything multiple times, who goes through the biggest betrayals, the biggest knives in the back, losing all their money, bankruptcy, losing everything, losing friends, losing family, the worst of whatever someone can go through in life. I would say those end up to be the best traders. That's what I would say because, you know, typically those people, they have their emotions intact and their detachment is on another level. Like I've walked away from the highest levels that I've ever seen before with like connections that I've had with people and stuff like that. And I realized what I walked away from, but I also realized why I had to walk away from that. And it's like when you walk away from like people you genuinely love or people you're connected to, or whatever the fuck, and you know like you're not gonna find another person like that, the level of like detachment. And the reason why I had to walk away from a lot of these people is because they literally backstabbed me. They fucking or they just weren't good for me. Like they just shit just wasn't good for me. But like it just had to get to a point. We were just on different shit. I was on different frequencies. I was on different vibration. Like we were just on different shit. It just wasn't like compatible in certain. It just wasn't healthy. But I'm telling you, like the level of like detachment and just having emotions in contact is insane, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you guys will see like a lot of CEOs, see a lot of CEOs are known for like, you know, betrayal and big things like losing a lot of things and losing people and stuff like that, you know, going through betrayals and stuff like that. Like this shit literally helps create some of the like best traders on the fucking planet. Like I just think the people who go through the worst things in life are likely lucky enough to go through the best things in life as well. And it's likely going to shape them into a very interesting, unique person that's going to make them the best at what they do. That's just what I think, you know. But dark times, people have to go through dark times to get to good times too. It's not just all good. But yeah, man, this is amazing. I'm just holding my calls as I'm talking and they just keep on going up. Like this is crazy, man. Like look at this. Like I've literally been holding these calls and there was like people in the chat. They said it's not going to hit 737. And as soon as it hit the gap, it spiked to fucking 737 now. It's fucking crazy. Look at this, dude. I was down on all these fucking calls. This shit is fucking crazy, man. Let me load this up. I was down on all of these. This is why we say never sell for losses. If you guys watched my video last night, towards the end, I told you never sell for losses, but everybody already knows that. I'm just reinforcing it for new members. Um, but look, man, this was where the fuck? Okay, so I had two wins on calls, and then look at this. I bought 735 calls at 160 cents, and then I bought 734 calls at 163 cents, right? And then I bought 733 calls at 120 cents. Dude, all of my trades came back to life and came back to green. Do you know how many people were talking shit on my name when that shit dropped 50% plus? I told everyone I'm holding my trades. I told them my profit target for the day was 737, which is why I'm getting ready to fucking exit this shit. Reality of the situation is we're so early into this day. If we go above 737, this shit could go to 738. But you also got to understand, I just flipped red to green on all these trades where I was down 50% holding. And it doesn't matter that I was down because I was already green. I sized in accordingly. This is so fucking insane. So look, man, I'm getting ready to sell. So guys, look, rest is runners. Rest is runners. Rest is runners. I'm calling it here. Rest is runners. It's likely gonna go higher, but I'm taking profits, man. You know, I just went fucking down a fuck ton red to now green as fuck. Rest is runners. Exit calls, rest is runners. You guys do what you want. I'm exiting calls. That's what I'm doing, man. So if everyone listened, everyone was green as fuck. If people sold for losses, they still should have been green because I was already fucking green. Fucking A, man. If people listen, they should all be fucking green. I don't see anyone could leave the group because all we are is green. Every fucking day we're green. It just doesn't make, like, every day we're winning. Every day we're fucking winning. This shit is fucking insanity, man. Nobody's winning this much. So I'm about to exit. I'm exiting these trades now. Like I said, you can leave some runners. If you want to leave 734 and 733, you can leave it to run. Um, so let me start getting the fuck out of this shit, man, because I just flipped fucking down a fuck ton percentage to now green. My profit target nearly hit, so it makes sense to sell this shit, even though this can go to 739 now because it happened so fucking early. We got a gap to fill above, dude. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna start with 733 calls. All right, we're gonna start with the lowest strike. 733. Let me get out of this. Let me sell this. 733. All right, let's see. All right, so I'm out of that. Out of that. Oh my fucking gosh, dude. My fucking man, I'm just so it's just such a blessing to never look at your P&L. It really is, man. I don't look at my P&L or any fucking thing. I just hold my shit. That's what I'm saying. It's like if the trade's down, we hold it, it goes green. If the trade's up, we sell it too early, it's still green. Either way, we're fucking green. Some of my biggest wins are actually on my losses because I hold the losses. That's why. And they just come fucking back like crazy. 734 calls. Let me get out of this. Man, this is fucking crazy, dude. I can't find another fucking human being on this fucking planet who's winning this much. This is like the fact that this is legal, like, is insane to think about. You know, like I should have came with like a warning label or some shit. Like sold at 240 cents. There we go. All right, so out of that, here we go. Sold at 240, man. Bro, this shit has just never been easier, man. Never been easier. Wow. This is like fucking insanity, man. So if someone's red, they need to get the fuck out of the group. If someone can't afford to join the group, they need to stop trading because they don't have any fucking money to trade with. Let's see. All right, so guys, um 735 break even. Bro, dude, you guys don't understand like how many these calls were down like 70% plus. These were my biggest wins. My biggest wins were the trades that were down the most. Like that's what I love about life is the fucking rebound. Look at this shit, man. 733 calls at 120 cents. I just sold this at 348 cents. I just made over a 200% return on a trade that dropped over 60%. 734 calls at 163 cents. Profit target, high of day retest, then pull back for puts. 737 is the key level for puts, should pull back first once it tested. I'm in on 734 calls. You see how early I was buying? 734 calls at 163 cents. And then those I just sold at 240 cents. And then on stream, I bought 732 calls at the exact lows, and I sold those for a 40% win, 98 cents to 140 cents. And then in the morning, fuck, there's just too much winning. There's just too much winning. Like, I could see how I could be pissed off if someone's losing money. It's like fucking disgraceful. It really is. How the fuck could someone be losing money if all I'm doing is winning? How the fuck do you think that's gonna make me feel? If it's my job to make people money and someone's losing money and all I'm doing is winning, how the fuck do you think that's gonna make me feel? You know? Like the fuck. All I'm doing is winning every day. Like, dude, bull rally 736. Look, I bought the calls with the dip. 735 calls, 162 cents. 736 calls, 98 cents. I'm buying every motherfucking strike, and every strike is winning. Yet somehow, some fucking person is red. Somehow, some way, all the candles are green, but someone's red. Somehow, some way. Like, fuck, man. The only person who's red is the one who doesn't listen. That's it. That's the quickest tell if someone's red. They're not fucking listening. 735 calls at 162 cents. 736 calls at 98 cents. Who's green? We purchased calls at the low of the dip. Sold at 141 cents, 98 cents entry. Sold at 192 cents, 162 cents entry. Dude, I can't think of another person who's just winning this much. You know, other than G-Roar. G-Roar, he wins a fuck ton, but in terms of the dips, I don't see anyone buying dips the way I'm buying dips. I've never seen a person buy the dips the way that I buy the dips, man. You know, G-Roar is the only other person that I could think of who's winning as this much, and his wins are fucking insanity, you know? The fucking biggest fucking percentage gains, fucking insanity wins, you know? It's fucking insane. Nobody's winning as much as we are, you know? It's crazy. It really is fucking crazy. It's fucking insane, man. It's fucking insane. It really is. It's fucking like nobody's winning. It's like, dude, I was buying calls right here, man. I was buying calls right here. This shit dropped 2, 3 points. Everyone was saying it's not going to go back to the highs. Calls are done for. I don't know if they were buying puts at 732. I wasn't checking. I was buying calls at 732. I was holding my L's that came back to losers. There's a reason why we say do not sell for losses, because they tend to come back to life and they tend to be the biggest of wins, you know? Those losses that turn wins, they could have been way bigger wins, dude. This shit's probably gonna go up higher. I could have added, but I'm a reasonable guy. You know, if I'm down 60% on a trade and then I see I'm up 200%, I'm a pretty reasonable guy. I'm sitting here saying, all right, let's put two and two together. I bought calls here. I was down over 60%. Then I was up 200%. And my profit target was 737. And we're sitting a dollar below my profit target. I'm a pretty reasonable guy. I think that makes sense to take profits. No, no, doesn't make sense to take profits there. Oh, it could go to 739. They can go up another 200%. It's like, dude, I'm good. I'm good. I ain't going green to red when I'm red 60. Look, I'll go red to green. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with going red to green, but green to red, nope, not so fine with that. You want to know why everybody loses? Everybody loses because they go red to red. How do they go red to red? Because they set stop losses. They were red and then they got stopped out and they went red to red. Lost money. Nobody's going red to green. Why is nobody going red to green? Because everybody's sizing in too big. They can't hold their trades, because if they hold their trades and it goes to zero, they're going to lose too much money. And if they lose too much money, they can't make another trade. That's why everybody's using stop losses, because they were trained to size in big and take wins quickly. They're fucking degenerates, dude. Absolute fucking degenerates. Win small, lose small. No results. Win small, lose small. No gains. Nothing's left. Fuck your win rate. People are figuring out how to be successful traders with a win rate as low as 30%. Fuck your win rate. You should fucking stamp that on your fucking trading system. That should be your motto for every trading system out there. It should be fuck your win rate. That's what it should be. Doesn't fucking matter, dude. There's profitable traders with win rates as low as 30%. Fuck your win rate. That's what I would say. Fuck the win rate. Who gives a shit about the win rate? We're over here turning 70% losers into 200% wins. Most people can't even make 200%, but they could get stopped out at 50%. They're good at that. Fucking degenerates, man. Fuck. Oh my gosh, man. Oh man. Fucking degenerates, man. Yeah. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, man. See, that's what people need to fucking get. That's the shit that I'm talking about, man. Like, that's the motherfucking quote. That's what I'm talking about. Look, guys, planes have emergency exits for reasons. Not everyone has the capacity on where we're going. Not every fucking one is destined to go where the fuck we're going. You know, that's why I'm saying like planes have emergency exits for reasons. If someone's red, you know, they need to get the fuck out of the group. We don't want your money. If you're red, if you're losing money, if you have intent on leaving, then just make it just get the fuck out of the group. Like that's what I'm saying. Because like if you really think about life, like at the end of the day, planes have emergency exits for reasons. And that just means that like not everyone is going on the same plane that you're flying on, you know? Some people, they just parachute out of the fucking plane. They're just done. They're like, you know, I had my run. This was fun. I learned a lot. And then they get the parachute and they jump out of the fucking plane. Us, we just want to keep on going higher. It's like, dude, why the fuck would we jump out of the plane? We could just keep on going higher. Why the fuck would we go back down there when we could just keep on going higher? You know? There's better jets. There's better jets in the world. Like why reduce ourselves to something lower when we could just keep on going fucking higher? If all we have to do is keep on getting better, why would we choose to go lower? It just doesn't make any fucking sense, you know? That's why I'm saying, man, like, not everyone is going on the plane that we're going on. And I'm completely fine with that. You know, I don't have to take everyone with me, but there has to be some motherfucker in this world, you know, who's coming with me. So far, you know, G Roar has been one of those people who seems like yeah, that motherfucker is definitely like, you know, like there's just nobody, we're just like, you know what I mean? But there's just not many people in this world who are just going on the same fucking plane that we're going on. And that's why I think planes have emergency exits. That's why I think, you know, because some people got different shit to do and some people got to parachute out of that motherfucker. It is what it fucking is. Everyone has their own life. But yeah, man, this shit is like fucking insane, man. Like, dude, I'm having trades. I buy at the exact lows. I win. I'm having trades. I don't time perfectly. I'm down 70% on win. I mean, I think today I just showed every situation possible on how we're able to win. Like, we're literally showing people, like, I would say if you're red, you're not listening, you're doing everything we're saying, the opposite, you're being a degenerate. That's what I would say because, like, we showed two different systems that won today. This is the system where if you hold your losers, it comes back to winners. And then the system that you saw on the stream and the system that you guys saw earlier today within the chat was the system where we time it perfectly and we buy the exact lows. Both of the systems worked. So one system, we bought the lows and we sold at a good exit and we made money and it worked. The other system, we were down like 50%. We held the trade and we sold for 200%. Bigger wins, bigger loss at first, but we didn't take the loss because we're not degenerates. So I'm already correct on two systems. I'm making money on two different systems. I got one systems, I buy the lows, I sell the rip, I get in, I get out. I got another system, I buy the trade, I hold the trade, big win. Two different systems, two different ways of winning, but we're still winning. So I would really have to sit here and question on like how could someone be red? You know, how could some degenerate sit here and say timing is everything? To be successful in the stock market, you have to time trades right. When on my first trade, I timed it right. You know, look at this. I'll show. Look at my timing was fucking perfect. I sold the trades I timed right. I made less percentage wise. The trades I timed horribly wrong, I made more percentage wise. It's like, dude, these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're not trading options. They don't understand this shit. To be successful at options, you don't have to time your trades right. Timing doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Okay, I bought a 735 strike, say at a fucking dollar. Oh, it dropped all the way to 731. It dropped 4 points. Oh, down 90%. and then it closes at 737, 2 points deep in the money, contract's worth 200. Timing doesn't matter. The fuck? Now, obviously, timing matters if you want the biggest of gains, yeah, but it doesn't matter in terms of our goal, which is to be green. Everybody else is red. If we can be green without having proper timing, with having shit win rates, it means we're fucking geniuses. That's what the fuck it means. If you can be green with a shitty win rate, if you can be green when you're down 90%, it actually means you have the strongest foundation to build off of, you know? Because everyone else is building themselves backwards. Everybody else wants a perfect win rate, but then they want perfect time. They all want the wrong shit first. I'm sitting here saying, dude, how could we be the absolute worst and still make money? And then when we figure that out, we'll become the absolute best and we'll make everyone else look like shit. Everyone's doing it backwards. How can I have the best win rate? How can I have the best time? And I'm sitting here saying, dude, how could we be green by being the absolute worst, most incompetent degenerates possible? And then when we figure that out, then we'll become the best. Most people are doing it backwards. They're doing it fucking backwards. Dude, I'm more impressed with the guy who's fucking green, timing his trades horribly, fucking 10% win rate. I'm looking at that motherfucker. Wait a second. How the fuck is he green? Everyone else over there is saying, dude, to be green, you have to have a high win rate. You have to time your trades perfectly. I'm over here saying, dude, I was down 70% of my trades. Those were my biggest wins on the day. My biggest wins on the day were the trades with the worst timing. My smallest wins of the day were the trades where I perfectly entered and perfectly exited. It's like, fuck. Like, when you guys get good at trading, you'll start to realize that most people are degenerates. They really are. Like, man, it's just that's what I love about trading. One of the things that I love about trading is because, like, I never look at myself as someone who's like in competition with other people, but like at the end of the day, everyone's trying to like compete and take everyone's lunch and shit, whatever the fuck, right? But like, I just look at this as like, dude, this is the easiest way to make money. Like, I look at this shit like, oh my gosh, so many degenerates in the market are trying to make money. I'm sitting here saying, dude, I could take these people's money all day. Like, they don't know what the fuck they're going up against. They're either with us or they're against us. You can't, like, if someone's not with us, they're genuinely against us. They could potentially be aligned with us, but they're never going to be as good as us. That's why I say in a way, it's like they're against us. In a way, they kind of are against us because if they're never going to be good as us, right? They're always against us in some sort of way. They're always doing something wrong that could have been better, even if they're green. But man, like think about how hard it would be for a trader to become aligned with us. You know, think about that. Like, how hard would it be for a trader, even if they're a professional, to be in alignment with the way we trade, the way we talk, the way we operate, the way we move? How hard would it be for them to figure it out? What is it going to take for them to crack that code, for them to be the glitch? What is it going to take for them to consistently be able to do it? You know, most people are just never even going to get to that point. They really aren't. Like, who the fuck thinks about that? Like, I'm over here thinking, dude, how could we be profitable with 10% win rates and timing our trades the worst way profitable? Because if we could figure that out, oh my gosh, if we figure that out, dude, we have the strongest baseline in the game. We have the shortest baseline in the game. If we can figure out everything that everyone else said, you know, everyone says, oh, you need to time your trades right. Oh, you need to use stop losses. Oh, you need to have a high win rate. If we can figure out how to be profitable, doing the complete opposite of what everyone else said, that would give us the strongest foundation to then rise up and keep on getting better. People are going to look at us like, dude, how the fuck are they doing that? I've never heard that before. I've never seen that before. I've never saw that before. What the fuck are these guys talking about? We're doing the complete opposite of what, like, that's the shit that I'm trying to figure out. I'm actually more interested in figuring out how could I be more profitable timing my trades not accurately and fucking having a lower win rate versus the other way around. But once you already figure that out, then you work on the other side, which is increasing the win rate, getting better at timing. Obviously, if you time a trade better, you're going to make more gains, right? You're going to make much bigger gains. Um, with options, the entry doesn't matter when it comes to winning. You know, you buy a trade far out of the money. If it goes deep in the money and you paid a good price, you made money. So the entry doesn't matter with options. As long as you hold your trades and you sell them deep in the money, the entry doesn't matter. But where entry does matter is the wins. How big of a percentage gains are you going to make? But one would argue that it doesn't even matter because you could just buy another strike. If I'm sitting here timing trades wrong and they're all going to win anyways, I could just keep buying more strikes, and then those strikes are going to be bought at better prices, better timing, and I'll make substantial gains. So in a way, you can sit here and say that timing has has no matter at all. This shit just doesn't fucking matter. But it does matter for like gains. For percentage gains, it does matter. But like for winning, for like being green, the shit don't matter. Obviously, if you time an option trade accurately, you're gonna make substantial gains. Look, I would argue that timing matters the most during power hour. That's where it matters the most because there's absolutely no time. Everything's getting ready to expire worthless and goes to zero. Some trades are getting ready to expire deep in the money. If you can time a trade good during power hour, that's where timing matters because there's no time left. But if there's plenty of time left, I would argue that it doesn't matter because you can just buy another strike. That's why. Like not everyone's broke, guys. You can sit here and buy two, three, four strikes, and they're all gonna make money. Like not everyone is fucking broke and sitting here and saying like, "Oh, I need to get into the exact lows. I'm just gonna buy one strike." Some of us are actually saying, "Dude, I hope our trade goes lower so I can buy another strike at a better price and make more money, and the other ones are still gonna be win." Some of us are actually hoping that our trades are timed poorly because it gives us better opportunities for bigger moves like this that make us more money, So like not everyone's broke, guys. Like believe it or not, guys, like in a market that just, in a market like this where like, every single stock, right? like every single stock these days just goes from $100 to $800. Like car stock, AMD stock, even SPY, everything just goes up to fucking infinity. Yet somehow people are focused on puts. Not everyone's broke, guys. Like there's a fuck ton of rich, wealthy people in the market. Like it's like it's a realistic thing, guys. That's just how shit happened to go. Like it just happened to go that way. It's realistic. Like it's realistic to be rich and wealthy nowadays. That's just how it is. Like fucking A. Like it's not that hard if you just put like 2 decades of this into your life and you get backstabbed by like 20 fucking people and you walk through a million fucking fires and you just lose so much friends and family and just you just whatever, like it's not that hard, guys. It's just not like shit is just not that hard. You just got to go through shit. You guys will figure it out. Everyone's going to be green. Everyone's going to win. I'm trying my absolute best to lead the best direction. I mean, I would say today that I led the right direction because I told everyone that the profit target was 737 and we hit 737. Therefore, I led the right direction. And I also gave people the best price to buy calls, which was 732 if you watched the game plan yesterday. So I would say the direction was right. SPY reversed the gap. It filled the gap above. I would say it doesn't matter that I bought trades earlier that were down because they all ended up being very nice winners. And if I didn't buy those trades, I wouldn't have had those winners. Obviously, if I bought those trades extremely far the money at the lows, I would have made a lot more money. But you know what? Green is green. Money is money. It could be worse. We could be sitting here losing money buying puts, right? It could always be worse. Life could always be worse. But for it to be better and for it to be green, easier said than done. But for it to be worse, that's the easiest thing you can do. The easiest thing you can do in this world is to create a shittier life for yourself. I can promise you that. There's nothing easier to do in this world than to have a shit life. It is the easiest thing to do in this world, on this planet, is to create a shitty, fucking boring, fucking bullshit life for yourself. It is so easy. All you gotta do is just pick up a phone, scroll all day, waste your time, do whatever the fuck you want to do, fuck off, and just waste your life away. It's so fucking easy these days to just waste your life away with all of the instant access, with all of the dopamine, with all of the everything is up for taking, everything is up for the grip. Dude, if you guys want to see how easy it is to throw your life away, just go to Miami. You'll see how fun it is, how easy it is, right? I love Miami. It's an amazing place to be. But if you're not disciplined and you're a fucking degenerate, and if you just want to see how easy life can be by just wasting your life away, just go to Miami. Go to Miami and have fun, and you'll see, like, wow, I can just sit here and just have fucking fun all day and do nothing with my life. You can literally do that in Miami. It's like a real thing. It's like a real lifestyle. It's like you don't have to do any fucking thing. You just be a degenerate all fucking day. It's like these environments, these worlds, they exist. I'm not saying it's the way to live, but it does exist. And if you're around it, you're around that fucking existence. Doesn't mean that you have to be affected or touched by it. But at the end of the day, if you're around something, different story on how that could affect people and stuff like that. So, anyways, man, I did everything I could. Power hours coming up. I'm looking forward to it, man. We're all gonna print. We're all gonna bank. I'm looking forward to it, man. Our final hour of the day. This is it, guys. This is our final hour for the day. This is our absolute best final hour for the day. You'll likely see me tonight. Hopefully, I'm going to try my best to get absolute better. I'm absolutely sure that sitting here talking on stream probably hasn't been the absolute best thing for my health. But it is what it is. You know, I'm here to do what it is that I'm here to do. There's plenty of time to rest, you know. Um, I just love to trade. This is what I love to do. I trade. You know, I trade when I'm sick. I trade when I'm good. I trade when I'm at my best. I trade when I'm at my lowest. Whatever's going on in my life, I'm always trading. Obviously, if I need a break, obviously, if I need to walk away for a little bit, then I'll do it without a doubt. But it's like, dude, we got the weekends for that shit. You know, we got the weekends for fucking vacations and fucking off and being a degenerate. Like, we don't have time for taking time off of the market. When the market's open, we need to show up and we need to execute. That's what we need to do, right? We need to execute and fucking win because there's nothing else to do. Like, what am I supposed to do? Sit here and rest in a bed and try to feel better about myself and watch a fucking movie? Or I can just be the fucking movie. You know, I can literally just be the fucking movie, trade, change people's lives, do what I got to do, right? Like fucking A, man. Like life is fucking amazing. Everything is a fucking choice. It really is. Life is a fucking it's a choice. Everything's a choice. Man, I'm just so fucking ecstatic and excited on just on how well everything that I'm fucking doing works. On just how fucking easy it is to be fucking green. Like I just know I know that nobody is on the shit that we're on. I'm absolutely certain. I don't have to go and see what's out there. I don't have to watch anybody else. I don't have to see who else is doing what like I just know nobody's on the shit that we're on, you know? I just know it. I'm absolutely certain. Nobody is on the shit that I'm on. Nobody's on the shit that G-Roar is on. Nobody's on the shit that we're on. I'm absolutely 100% certain. There's not another human being on this fucking planet who is on the shit that we're on. And the best thing we can do is to go all in on our shit, you know, because it's our shit. And look at the fucking results that it's getting us. There's nothing better we can fucking do is to just focus on our shit. Like the fuck, like this is fucking amazing, man. Nobody's on our fucking level of competence within the market. Nobody's doing it the way we did it. It's just nobody, man. Nobody's doing it. Like fucking nobody. It's just that's what I love about what I do because it shows the incompetence in others. It's very exposing. I could sit here and I could be green and I could be right and I could have 100% win rate. At the end of the day, someone's always going to talk shit. At the end of the day, someone's going to always say this or that. Someone's always going to say this or that or whatever the fuck they think. But at the end of the day, results speak for themselves. And the people saying those things are not the ones getting the results. Those are the people who are wasting other people's fucking time in stupid fucking comment sections who are fucking incompetent and not getting fucking results. If someone comes into your life, the wisest thing you can do is to get results. If not, then there's no point of watching this other person unless you just want to be a fucking loser and hate and fucking waste your life away, which is what most people tend to fucking do. So it is what it is, man. You know, there's other forms of entertainment. I would just encourage people to look for other forms of entertainment because this actually makes people money and people would realize that if they took fucking action. That's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, I just let people take the action. I don't have to show people shit or do anything. I could just sit here and say, do what the fuck I say, you'll make money. I could sit here and do fucking that and they'll make fucking money. I don't have to sit here and show shit to any fucking one or any fucking thing. My job is to make other people money. That's my sole focus is to make sure that other people are making people money because that's my business. It's to make other people money. You know, I'm sure there's other traders who show things, but they're not getting their clients the results that I'm getting my clients. And then I would argue that what matters is getting people the results. That's what matters at the end of the day is leveling people up and getting people results and people being self-sufficient. You know, I'm sure there's plenty of traders who sit here and show P&Ls or show people whatever the fuck, but I don't think they're getting the results that, you know, I'm getting people. And I think there's a reason for that because smart people don't show certain things and smart people don't say certain things about their life because they're well aware of how this world works. And the reality of the world is, guys, if you actually have something, I can assure you that there's groups and there's many people who are going to go into your path and they're going to try to throw you off and they're going to try to take everything from you and they're going to try to destroy your character. They're going to try to destroy your reputation. They're going to try to throw you off your game. They're going to try to spread lies about you. They're going to try to do smear campaigns. I can assure you, if you actually have something worth having in this world that other people don't have, even if you're a good, smart, competent person, and even if all you did was right to other people, there's going to be people that come into your life, and all they're going to try to do is try to destroy you. And the best thing you can do with people like this is just silence. That's what I do. I just am fucking I don't give people any fucking thing. If people want to run with whatever they want to run with, I let them run with what they want to run with. I let them do what they want. I let them say what they want. I remain untouched. I remain focused on my craft and getting results. That's what I do. At the end of the day, someone could sit here and say whatever they want about me, but I'm going to continue to get the results that I get, and they're going to continue to run their fucking mouth off their imaginary shit of whatever the fuck they're talking about. So some people talk, some people get results. It is what it is. My sole purpose, my main purpose is to get people results and to make people self-sufficient. That's what I do. And I think the genuine best way to do that is doing what I'm doing, right? Um, some people could say otherwise, but they're not in my position and they're not in my shoes for a reason. So it is what it is, man. You know, I'm just well aware of what's out there. And the smartest thing you can do as a trader is to tell nobody how much money you're making, and is to tell your friends and family that you're not making this and all this money, and it's to be very, very private. Because I can assure you guys, no matter what you do in your life, no matter how good of a person you are, someday people are going to come and they're going to try to destroy you. They're going to try to lie about you. They're going to try to take everything from you. They're going to try to set you up. They're going to try to bring you down to their stupid fucking level. And I would encourage you to not play on their level and to play a different game. And that's the game that I'm playing. It's a different fucking game that nobody else is fucking playing. So it is what it is, man. You know, I've been through it 50 million fucking times. I'm smart enough to know these things. That's why I don't care what anyone says or thinks about me, because my results are undeniable, and the results that I get, people speak for themselves. And if I'm not enough, and if what I do is not enough, then what I would tell you is to not watch me. That's what I would say. If this isn't enough for you, if you don't trust me, if you're not making money, if you don't like what I do, then I would say to carry on with your fucking life and do something else. Because trying to bring the wrong person down is going to just bring you more down, right? I don't know. Some people's existence, they just want to bring others down. I'm like, dude, not everyone's performing at your shitty fucking level. Some people are performing on a fucking frequency, on a fucking vibration, on a fucking capacity so fucking high where they would make the other person look delusional if they even tried to get on that level. Like, it's fucking insane, man. Like, I've seen people's actions on what they think I am or what they try to do me. I see what they do, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what you think of me, or that's the shit that I'm fucking on. Most people in my life have left me nothing to do but to say nothing. Because if I tried to do something, it would bring me to a level of intelligence that is not on my level of intelligence. It would bring me to a level so low that it wouldn't make sense for me. Why would I go that low when I'm this high? I'll just keep on going higher, and I'll leave you there where you wore with the dumb shit that you tried to do me. That's why I don't seek revenge on anyone, dude. I don't seek revenge on anyone. I don't care what anyone has to say, or when any, like, I don't give a shit. I'm not here. I don't have to prove myself to anyone or anything. You know, I know what I bring to the table. It works, and not everyone's going on the same plane that we're going on, and not everyone's going to be able to sit at our table even if they have money. You know, if someone's not meant to sit at our table, someone's going to get pushed out of our table, or they're going to blow up their account and they're not going to be able to afford to stay at our table, right? And I'm completely fine with that. I'm completely fine with that. I'm completely fine with that. The number one thing that I'm concerned about with my life is being in alignment and staying true to everything it is that I'm doing, which is what I'm doing right now. That's my number one concern, is being in full alignment with everything that I'm supposed to do in my business, and what I'm supposed to do and how I'm supposed to operate within my business. It's not with what other people have to think, it's not what other people have to say. It's staying true to what it is that I have to do, and then being in full alignment with that. Anything that tries to take me away from that, I have no interest in associating with that, because we're on different shit. If someone thinks otherwise and thinks I should be doing something else or thinks I could do something better, I would argue that, why don't you go and try to use my shit, and then you can go do whatever the fuck you think is better and do some shit with your life instead of watching me. That's what I would say. It's like, dude, if you think something could be better, then go ahead. Do it your way that you think is better, and see if you can get to the shit that we're on. You know, there's a reason why we're on different shit, Because we're smart, dude. We're smart, you know? This is like social media. Everybody's watching. I'm not like to sit here and show shit is the most degenerate thing you can show. You know, it really is. All everyone wants to do is just take everything from you. I promise that. No matter how good, no matter how transparent, no matter what someone shows, I promise you, all people are going to try to do is use what you show them against you. That's why my number one focus on these streams is to keep it self-sufficient and to make other people money and to make them educated. That's why. It's not to sit here and copy and follow every fucking thing I do and stare at fucking P&Ls. I can't even show you my P&L because I don't even look at my P&L. That would be the argument. It's like, dude, I don't even look at my fucking P&L, and I would never fucking show my P&L. I tried that before and I got fucking raided. There was a group of other traders in a stupid fucking group who fucking raided me and fucking contacted my broker, and then my broker spreaded misinformation about me, and then they deleted the fucking tweet. And then I'm sitting here in a position that I never signed up to be in. And then I thought about it for a second. I was like, wait a second. I showed that, so I did put myself in that position, and I'm never putting myself in that position again to be targeted, to be raided, to be harassed, to be people spread lies and rumors. You know, I'll let people expand on their imagination. Whatever the fuck they want to think this is, then they could believe that. Because at the end of the day, I know what this is and I know what this does for people, and it's nothing but fucking good. Um, and our business works for a reason, you know? So if someone thinks they have a better way to run our business, then go ahead, start your own business and see how well that does. So it is what it is, man. Losing is genuinely a personal choice. Dumbest thing you can do is to show people how much money you're making, you know? I mean, G Roar, he's smart enough to not show his face. You know, I showed my face. Look at what the fucking internet does. Not one fucking positive thing about me. You know, most people with the shit that I fucking been through, with the shit that I've experienced, most people would quit. Most people would walk away. Most people would say, like, wow, this is bullshit, you know? But the reality of the world is not everybody gets flowers. Not everybody gets fucking sunshine. Some people are just the best, and that's what they get is being the fucking best, you know? It is what it is. You know, that's the one thing that people don't understand about life. You can have goals and you can strive for things and you can want certain things in this life. But one thing that people don't understand is you can want something, you can have a goal and you can work towards it. But at the end of the day, that's not how life works. At the end of the day, life gives you something. And that's different for everyone. And that's the cool thing about life. People think life is like a checklist where you write down goals and you achieve those goals and that's what you become and that's what you get. But that's not the reality of life. Everyone gets different things. Some people, they get flowers when they make it to the top. And then some people, they make it to the top and they lose every fucking one and they lose a lot of things in their life and they realize they were a lot better. They're a lot better off with all the things that they used to love, with all the things that they lost, you know? So that's the one thing that people don't get, you know? People could strive for certain things and yes, they can acquire results, but the way that they get their results, the journey to get those results, the process that they get the results, and what they're left with when they get those results, it's completely fucking different than what they fucking expected, dude. I can sit here and be an angel and get people the absolute best, most smartest, competent results. And then at the end of the day, I can be in a situation where people don't give anything back. I could be in that exact situation. I've been in it so many times in my life where people don't show appreciation. And do I care? Absolutely fucking not. Because I am who I fucking am. It is what it is. Everyone has a different purpose. Everyone has a different journey. I'm not complaining or anything like that. I'm bringing awareness to the fact that like life isn't what people seem they think it is. Life is what it is. You know, some people get flowers at the top, some people get hated at the top. Some people, when they reach the top, they get celebrated. Other people, others try to destroy them and they try to tear them down. Everyone's different. That's why I'm saying this social media shit and all this shit, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. You never know what you're gonna get in life. In my experience, whenever I rise up, whenever I get to the fucking top, whenever I fucking level up, I lose 99% of the people around me. Most people do stupid shit around me, to me, or behind my fucking back in rooms that I'm not fucking in, saying God knows what the fuck about me, right? In my situation, whenever the fuck I leveled up in my life, most people were not meant to come with me. Most people did the wrong things, and I had the choice to try to destroy these people. I had the choice to try to do something to these people. I had the choice to seek revenge, and I chose silence because I realized the best thing I can do is to just let these people go and live their shitty lives without me, without them having access to me. Because that's the biggest flex is to be unfucking reachable and is to be unfucking touched. If I'm leveling up and someone does me wrong or says some wrong shit about me, the biggest fucking flex is to walk away in silence and leave them with that to face in them fucking selves, because I'm not here to fix people, or I'm not here to try to keep doing people right or to keep staying with people if all they're going to do is shitty things to me, when all I do is rise up and become better and try to help others fucking do better as well. You know, that's just how my life happened to turn out. Doesn't mean it's always gonna be that way, but it's just fucking crazy. Like I didn't realize like that. I thought like, wow, like if I'm good and I do other people good, I'm gonna like everything's gonna be good. Everyone's gonna treat me right. I'm gonna get flowers. Everyone's gonna appreciate me. Everyone's gonna love what I do. And it ended up being the complete opposite. And I can't complain about that. All I can do is sit here and realize that's how it happened to go. And that's how life is. You know, we can all achieve things, but there's something that people don't talk about when you achieve your goals and when you achieve results. The reality of the situation is the outcome doesn't mean happiness, doesn't mean love, doesn't mean certain things. It really fucking doesn't. You know, there could be people, they love the life they have and they love the people that they're around. And then once they start leveling up, all of a sudden, everyone fucking around them, it's like they're on the fucking Truman Show. It's like these people are no longer my fucking people. And it's like instead of getting flowers and appreciation when you rise the fuck up, you get left with people that you used to love, that you used to be attached with, trying to do stupid fucking shit to you, trying to bring you fucking down to their shit that they're fucking on, trying to fucking stop you, whatever the fuck. And then you're left with an option to leave them or to fucking try to work things out. And usually there's nothing left to fucking work out, or try to fucking seek revenge or retaliate. And I've always been the one to just leave in silence. That's how I fucking am, man. Leave in fucking silence, because I'm not on the shit that they're on. If I level up and I rise and you're not rising up with me and you're retaliating against me and acting like I'm some piece of shit and combating me and trying to step like do some shit to me, like I'm fucking out of here. Like fuck you, I'm fucking out of here. So like I said, man, life is just different, you know? Like I didn't envision it to go that way. I really didn't. You know, I thought, you know, when I was younger, I thought 2 + 2 = 4. If you do good, you get good back. And that's just not how life works. Sometimes, if you do good, you lose a lot of shitty people that you used to love. That's just how, you know, life happens to be. Sometimes you lose a lot of people who you used to like. But it is what it is, man. Because I understand at the end of the day that, you know, if most people were in my shoes, they wouldn't, I mean, it's just like if most people were operating the way I'm operating, they wouldn't have, you know what I mean? It's just different. Like I just get how like most people aren't on the shit that I'm on. They're not how I am, they're not trading the way that I'm trade. It does feel disappointing though, of how like just it seems so hard for some people to be a good decent human being when I level up. For some reason, like I've noticed when I level up, people get like defensive or like very reactive or like very like they don't trust me or look at me like I'm fucking dangerous, look at me like I'm a fucking threat. I'm like, dude, there's nothing like I have nothing but love. Like people just see it's like what they see in themselves. They see the, you know, it's like it's their projections, their insecurities. It's nothing to do with me. It's just crazy how that works because I put in so much time and so much energy into people, in the ROI that I've gotten back on that hasn't been much from the person, but I've leveled up a lot within myself being around that person. So there's always that. I did gain that, you know, like being around people who are not for me. At least I leveled up within myself. It is unfortunate that, you know, a lot of these people were not able to come along the way, but it is what it is, you know? It is what it fucking is. That's just my experience. Like, dude, I don't even think I'm gonna get flowers on my fucking grave, you know? Like when I fucking die, I don't even think I'm gonna get fucking flowers. I genuinely like think that. Like, I don't think I'm gonna get flowers when I die, you know? I just think a lot of people, I don't know, like a lot of people just don't, they either don't want to be around me or they just don't like me or they just look at it the wrong way. It's like, I don't like some people, I just get results. It's what I do. Like, I get fucking results. I'm here to get results, man. Mm. My goodness, I'm here to get fucking results. But yeah, man, this shit's doing everything we fucking said at the speed of light. There's just not much to do right now. There really isn't. Mic is low. That's gonna get fixed, man. I got a mic coming in soon. Got a mic coming in soon. I got the good one coming in soon. This is my travel mic that I'm using right now. That's why it's shittier. It's just easier to use when I travel. But yeah, I got a better mic coming in soon. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, we got a green, red, green, higher floor, previous resistance, react to support, resistance, resistance, green, red, green, bullish uptrend, right? If you study how SPY has been reacting recently with this pattern, resistance, green, red, green, bullish uptrend, resistance, green, red, green, bullish uptrend. If you're aware of our profit target, it was 737.22, the day's highs. And if we go above that, we got a gap to fill at 739.21, right? So yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. No, that's what it is. Hella people are envious. And some people, guys, like literally silence is one of the most powerful things you can be around people. Like literally, like, dude, I've noticed like when I'm silent around people, they'll try to like take the wheel and shit. But like I noticed, like they're projecting their shit onto me. Like they're revealing who they are. They're projecting their shit onto me. They're projecting their insecurities and all this shit onto me. And I'm sitting here saying like, dude, this is all you. Like I'm just being chill, just quiet around you. I'm just listening to you. Like you're projecting all this shit on me, and that's what you think of me. Like you don't even fucking know the shit that I'm fucking on. I'm not even fucking talking right now. Like this shit is like that's what I'm saying, man. A lot of people, man, people be envious. That's what I'm saying. People be envious. I think what creates envy is people thinking that they're in competition with other people. Like I just know I'm the best at what I can do, and that's the best I can do is that. And I just know that there's nothing better, like in terms of like the most valuable thing I could do is just become better at myself, not try to become better than someone else because I'm not that person. Like I don't believe in like this competition shit. I think competition creates a lot of envy and it just throws people off their path. Like it's just me versus me. That's how I see that's how I see life. I think people who don't see it that way, they're just trying to get into other people's spots. That's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to take that person's spot, trying to get into other spots. Like, dude, I don't need someone else's spot. I created my own spot. And that's why if people try to take it, the shoes aren't going to fit. And people are going to see through that because I made my spot self made. It's 100% self made in my shoes, not through other people. I made it through myself. And that's the best thing that I think people could do is to fucking do their shit through themselves. Some people just want to take shit from other people and take their spot. It's just people go wrong with that, with this whole competition shit and taking other people's spot when they realize that person didn't create that spot the way they're trying to take it. They created it through themselves. And if you create something through yourself, 100% self made, if someone tries to take it, they're going to realize that the shoe doesn't fit. It's going to fall through. That's why I'm saying, like, I do think like there's spots in the world where people have taken from others or they just got it another way, like through education or just seeing of how someone else done something. That's definitely possible. But I'm just 100% self-made. I don't look at it as competition. Like people, they need to create their own shit for themselves instead of trying to take it from other people. There's abundance in the world, you know? There's enough for everyone, but at some point it's just going to keep on getting harder and harder. It's more strategic. Like if people focused on themselves, they'd be a lot better. Like but yeah, man, this shit is just, it's just doing everything I said. There's not much to say. If everyone held calls, everyone's green. Like, there's just not much to say. There really isn't much to say. Yep, 737. 737 hit exactly. Yes, I trade futures. I trade futures mainly swing trade. I mainly swing trade futures. I do think it's smart to day trade it as well because sometimes there's trades that I'm identifying even when the market's open that I realize, it's probably going to go in my direction. Like today was a good example. Like at 7:35, I knew it was going to go to 7:37, but I was already down on calls. I held calls. Obviously, I could have went with the 7:37 strike. I could have went further on the money. I could have made another trade, decided not to, right? So like I would say, you know, futures can come in handy when there's a lack of certainty, right? If you just want to buy and hold and think about nothing, oh my gosh, fucking futures. I do that shit all the time when the market gaps down. Every time the market gaps down, I'm buying futures. I'm looking to make a trade on futures because that shit always recovers and goes up. It might not go up right away, it might go lower at first, but I just hold the trade and it always recovers. With options, it works differently. You can't just do that. You have one day with 0 date options, and then you're fighting decay and all these other variables, right? With futures, you can just get in, get out, stress free. You know exactly how much you're going to make, you know exactly how much you're going to lose. Very, very simple with futures. That's one of the advantages of just, buying and holding, like just buying like a ES or something like that. um but yeah, I mainly trade it when the market's closed. I swing trade it. I buy it at night and I sell it in the morning. But sometimes there is opportunities where I think during the day it's good to trade it. I usually don't because I'm usually trading options. That's why, you know, I don't feel the need to do options and futures at the same time. Obviously, if I see a trade and I don't want to do options, then yeah, futures does make sense. But like I said, I'm usually just in on the options trade because I'm on that level to where I can just enter the options trade. I don't have to think about futures. But futures is definitely easier. It's definitely easier, but there's less advantages to it too. Each to their own has their advantages. Yeah, man, this shit just hit 7:37. So look, guys, if you guys are still in calls, man, make sure you cash out. Look, even that right there, this is a little bearish signal with this 1 minute. But look, guys, the profit target hit. Profit target hit. Everybody needs to sell our calls. Everything that I wrote came true, right? Things just take time. It is what it is, man. You know, when you do good, good comes back. You know, the thing about life is part of doing good is like just losing things. I wouldn't look at it as a loss, but like, there's people in my past that I liked and I'm no longer with them, but like part of doing good is losing people, it is what it is. Like today, this fucking trade was amazing. Um, this what was it, 7:37? Yeah, see, I call this the most terrifying thing you can do today is buy puts at support. The direction is up on oversold dips, gap close reversal, and now it's filling the gap. Like I called all this shit out beforehand. It doesn't even matter that I timed it, that I didn't time it right because I was right about the overall move. That's what I'm saying, man. Like I'm a believer if you do good, good comes back. And part of life is realizing that part of that good is losing certain people because the reality is certain people all they do is take your time, energy, drain you, waste your time. They're not gonna The reality is if someone wants to achieve something in life, they have to lose certain people, and not everyone's going where you're going. That's why I say, like, part of doing good, and if you guys are wondering like, wow, I'm doing good, why am I not getting good back? Part of that, you're actually getting good back. You're losing certain people, you're losing certain relationships, you're losing certain um friends, friend groups, or whatever the fuck. It's like you have to, that has to go for you to get to where you need and want to go. Not everything gets to come with you. And that's just part of life. That's why I'm saying, like, sometimes people think like things are going bad when the reality is them losing certain things in their life. It's not a loss. I'm trying to figure out the right word for that. But like them no longer having those things in their life is actually the biggest benefit of their life if they actually want to get to where they want to go and be in alignment and get to where they need to go. That's just how life goes, and sometimes people don't see that. um but yeah, man, I did good today. I put out good and I got good back. I said everything I said came true. I came, I saw, I conquered, I did what I had to do. I did my job. That was my job, was to make other people money. Be like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, dude, I trade options. And they're like, what are options? Options means, guys, just if someone asks what you do for a living, oh, just tell them I have options. Don't even tell me trade options. Just be like, just keep it like low key. Just be a little like mysterious with it. Just be like, Oh, I have options, I just do whatever. I have options. Like that's what options is. Options gives you options. And if options gives you options, that means you could have the options to do whatever the fuck you want to do, you know? Like you could do whatever the fuck you want to do. You really could. There whatever world you guys are looking for, I promise you it exists. If you want to wake up in a world where you wake up at 2 a.m. randomly and you don't want to go back to sleep and you want to go to the club, it exists. If you can't sleep and you want to go to the club, it exists. Like you can, whatever you guys are looking for, it's out there, But to get there, it takes options. You need options in your life to get there, you know? Like people need options. Options gives you options. Um, but yeah, it happened, man. Profit target, high of day retest, and then a pullback for puts. So I said when we hit the high of day, 737 is a key level for puts, and the market should pull back. So look, I put out the truth, I put out the good, and then look, this is what I do. Everything I'm fucking saying comes true. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna have people talking shit, saying I'm the worst human being, saying I did this to that person. Oh, this guy's bad. He did this, he did that, la di da di da. At the end of the day, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna give people my honesty, give people my presence, and I'm gonna make a fuck ton of money. And the people who are listening are gonna make a fuck ton of money, and it's just gonna keep on happening, happening, happening. Someday people are gonna wake up and decide to change, or someday they're just gonna fuck off. Like it is what it is, man. But the only thing I'm doing is going up. If you guys want to go up, you can try to go up with me. If not, then whatever the fuck. Like it literally did what I said. It hit the high of day, and then 737 puts went in the money. See that? So if you would have bought 737 puts, you would have just made money on that trade. Now it's going to try to bounce because it's at a break and retest level, but it just hit a very high resistance, meaning this could drop a lot lower. This is what I do. I create the most self sufficient, competent traders. I give them the absolute best information to give them. There's no other platform, there's no other scanner, there's no other research tool that is going to tell you the profit target is 737, and then that's where you buy puts for a pullback. If you listened, you would have made money on calls and you would have bought puts right here. But Will, you didn't buy puts right here. It doesn't fucking matter. I gave you the game plan. I teach you the curriculum, right? I don't have to sit here and make every other trade, dude. I'm good. I'm set for the rest of my fucking life. I could turn off this camera and disappear for the rest of my life. However, I don't want to do that because this is just part of my mission. Part of my mission is to be the best. And to be the best, I have to show people every single day this is what I do. I'm the best at it. Nobody does it like me. If I disappear, they're not going to see me do it. Am I still going to be doing it? Absolutely. So it's just part of my mission. I've realized that I have a skill set that people don't have, and I'm the absolute best fit for the job. There's nobody else. I can't train another trader who's going to be as good as me. It's just not gonna. I mean, we do have G Roar, but there's not going to be another G Roar. I could train someone for futures. I could always train someone for futures, and then they could take over in that space. I could do that because I mainly trade options. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll trade futures more as well. But I just swing traded at night. There's a lot I can fucking do, man. I'm the mastermind of this whole secured private organization. There's a reason why I don't show certain things because I know how life works. I know how this shit works. You start showing the moment you start showing things start disappearing. I promise you that. It's best to keep private. If anyone asks what you do for a living, just tell them you have options. Oh, I have options. I have options. That's what I'm saying. Like I could just do whatever I want. I really could. I can just do genuinely what I want. If someone says, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" I just go, "Oh, I have options." Hey, you want to do this? Oh, yeah, I could do that. Oh, yeah, I have time. I could do this. Yeah, I could just do whatever. Like, I have options. That's what I do. I could do whatever the fuck I want to do. I'm the guy for the job. This is the job that I'm taking. It's to be the absolute best trader in the world, and it's to make people the sharpest, best, most self-sufficient, competent traders that they can possibly be. And I do like to think that if they watch this stream and watched a different stream, the contrast would show and they would say this stream is way better. And I would also like to think that if they followed someone who shows the P&L, they would get better results than me. And some people would say, well, I need the transparency of the P&L. And then other people would say, I need to get the best results. I don't give a fuck about your P&L because I'm not even looking at my P&L. People are like, dude, how do you get the results that you're getting? I don't look at my P&L. That's how I get the results that I'm getting. I don't look at my P&L. It doesn't exist. I don't look at my trades. I hold my trades. You're wondering when I'm selling my trades, dude. I have profit targets. I'm not looking at my contracts, looking at the prices, looking at the gains, looking at the. If I looked at that shit, I'd get all emotional. I'd be like most people who came into my life. They got all emotional around me and they lost me. It's like, dude, one of the things that I got away. I got away from all their bullshit. Everyone put everything on me, And I'm like, dude, I'm not dealing with your shit. You're gonna project all this on me that I'm you? No, you're the piece of shit. You have all the problems. You have all these insecurities. You're the bad person, and you're gonna pay me to be the villain and to be that way? No, no, you ain't paying me to be that way. I'm fucking out of here. Fuck you. The fuck? Like, you take your shit and take it with you. I'm not carrying your shit. You fix your shit. I figured out my shit. I fixed them. I got my shit good. You're not coming in here and fucking my shit. Like, fuck you, motherfucker. The fuck? Like, that's how it has to be. People need to wake up. Not everyone in this world is in your best interest, is in your best interest. You know, most people watching this, the way people spend their time, all they're doing is wasting their lives away. They really are. Like, it's kind of sad to think about. Like, it really is. People just waste their times on their fucking phone. They just waste their times being fucking average, and like, all for what? To exist as an average fucking person. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if some people are just average. I like to not believe that, you know? I don't think anyone's average. I think everyone has the potential to be something, to be themselves, which isn't average as all. I don't believe people are average. I believe they could be average, but I don't think they're actually average. I do think they can operate as an average person, but I don't think that's who they are. If everyone was genuinely themselves, they would figure their shit out and get to a higher place, a higher level, you know? Like, but not everyone wants to do that. And not everyone wants to take that path. Not everyone wants to wear the shoes. You know, that's another thing. There's a lot of people who are living lives in different shoes and not in their own shoes. And that's why they're not at their peakest, highest fucking selves, because they're wearing different fucking shoes. If people just wore their own fucking shoes at the end of the day, they'd be in their life. And the crazy part about life is, you know, sometimes those shoes, you're not gonna like everything you fucking see, you know? Like, when I man, I like, that's how I thought life worked. I thought, like, if you're a good person and you do people good, people will treat you good and they'll level up with you and they'll become better with you. I genuinely believe that. And then everyone proved me wrong. People actually showed me. It's like, dude, a lot of people around me, these motherfuckers, all they did was throw their fucking shitty fucking shit on me. I'm like, dude, I'm leveling up. I'm getting better. Like, don't throw your bullshit at me. I'm not here to retaliate at you. I'm not here to fucking start with you. Like, you know, I'm not here to start shit with you. You know, trying to get into competition with me. Like, dude, I'm in competition with no one. I'm not even in a competition with myself. That's the thing. I'm not trying to compete with myself. I'm just trying to be myself because I know that's the best way to be. Being myself is a higher ROI than trying to compete with myself. You know? Because if I just be myself, I'll be at the best baseline to get results. That's what people just don't get it, man. They really don't get it. Like, people don't get this shit, man. You know? A lot of people don't want to wear the shoes of themselves because they don't like what they're getting or seeing at the time. But life goes on, life changes. The best life to live is fucking self. Like, there's no better life than that. There's no different, more better life than living yourself. And once you start, if you lived as yourself, you'd start to see that most people aren't coming with you, you know? They just aren't. Most people just aren't coming with you. I mean, a lot of people are pieces of shit. That's it too. A lot of people are just genuinely shit. They're just if look, if people became the highest versions of themselves, they would really not hang around most people that they're around with right now. That's just how it goes. Unless they're just good, honest, genuine people, which is hard to find. But if you guys have those people, all the power to you. Keep those people around. Even if they don't level up, keep those people, great people, very hard to find. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it really, like, if someone doesn't want to level up, then fine. At least be a good person. And that's what blew my mind. It was like, I would level up, I would be good to people, and they would just get worse. I'm sitting here saying, like, dude, how the fuck is that possible? How could someone keep getting worse when I keep getting better? Aren't they supposed to, like, be a good person or, like, figure out how to get better? It just didn't make any fucking sense to me, but I'm just not a bad person. That's why it didn't make any fucking sense. Like, dude, I've had people treat me at the absolute lowest worst, and instead of taking it out on them, I figured out how to level up from it in a good way, not in like an evil bad way. By being around them, I figured out like how to actually level up in a good way. By being around people who treat me like absolute shit. And then it got to a point where they treated me like so bad and I leveled up so much where I just had to lose them. That was it. Like, I just had to end it. Like, that was it. I couldn't be around them anymore. I just had to let it go. Like, because I just people have literally put me in situations where like the only thing left for me to do is either nothing or try to like do something revengeful or like bad or just make me look like stupid or like something's wrong with me. And when it gets to that point, it's like that's when I have to go. It's like, dude, you're not gonna make me look stupid. I'm not chasing you. And I seek no revenge on anyone. So this is where the story ends. It's just, that's just how shit happened to go for a lot of people. Like I'm not here to fight with people. I'm just here to be the best I can be. If that so happens to be better than everyone fucking else, then so fucking be it. But I'm not stepping into other people's shit. If people want to start wars with me and shit with me, no. I'm fucking done. I'm fucking out of here. I ain't fighting fucking I ain't starting shit with fuck that. All I'm doing is going all in on myself because I know I'm the absolute most purest, rawest thing I can be, and I'll get the best results. The moment I scoop to someone's level, the moment I start with someone else, the moment I try to go to war with someone else, the moment I try to fight with someone else, all I'm doing is bringing myself to my lowest version. And that lowest version isn't going to get peak results? So basically, my life has come to just losing a lot of people and shit because I'm not going to that level. That's why I'm just going higher. It's like you either be a good person or you're just not coming with me. Like if someone's a piece of shit, I just cut them off. Like if they want to switch up, that's just crazy. Like in my experience, I've just noticed whenever I get better, people switch up for the worst. And they expect me to either like retaliate or to like lower myself. Like, oh, what's wrong? Is something wrong? Like, oh, what's that? Like whatever the fuck. And I'm like, no, I'm done. If you're gonna switch up on me when I'm going fucking higher and like ice me out or just whatever the fuck or like just do some weird dumb shit or try to retaliate me or come against me, like no, I'm done. Like people have literally put me in situations where my only move was to either just walk away or make myself look like a dumbass or like seek revenge. So like I just end that shit in silence. That's what I do. I just end that shit in fucking silence. Like I'm fucking out of here. Like I'm leveling up. I'm fucking out of here. Whatever shit you're on, I'm not on that shit. And this is fucking over. That's it. It's simple as that, man. It's fucking crazy, man. Dude, every time I talk, this shit just goes higher. Like, I feel like if I stop talking, it wouldn't go as higher, Like, this is good. This is some good shit. I'm just gonna keep on talking because the more I speak my truth, the higher it goes. Like, I just believe, like, part of my life is just happened to be this way. I just think if I'm a good person, things are gonna work out. And whatever doesn't work out is not in alignment with me. So I didn't lose shit. Like, yeah, it's no longer in my life, but I didn't lose shit? All I did was just something is now no longer here that is no longer in alignment. That's how I see it. And with where the fuck I'm going, most things are not coming with me, and that's just the reality of being the best version of yourself. Some people are different. Some people are like, dude, I need people who like level up. You can be good to me, but if you don't level up, I don't care about you. Some people are like that. I'm not like that. I'm good with people just being good people. If someone treats me well and they're a good person and I like being around the person, I'll stay with them. That's completely fine. But like, it would be nice as well to have someone who's a good person and someone who evolves. Some people they're in relationships where like only one of the people is evolving and the other one is just like a good, sweet person. That's completely fine too. I do think it's more interesting though, where both of the people are evolving. That's an interesting dynamic. Life is like so complex with like dynamics in relationships. That's where it becomes very hard to find a certain person because people want certain things, and like sometimes the things that they want are the things that they don't even need. That's another thing. People have goals and people have things that they want, but the reality is they would be better off or even happier with different things. Just because someone wants something or someone has a goal doesn't mean it's the right thing for them. That's another thing about life. But yeah, man, this is fucking great. Everything we said came true. All the calls did was go up. Everybody made money. Everybody printed. Dude, this is great. We're learning about stocks. We're talking about life. Like, this is like peak. This is like peak live stream right here. This is peak. Like guys, think I could be doing anything on this stream. I could be blasting music, acting like a fucking maniac. I could be acting like I'm at the fucking club right now, smoking a cigar. This is just what I'm choosing to do right now as I'm sick. This feels good. Like this is great. This is absolutely fucking amazing. Like we all need to be grateful, man. We need to be grateful and we just need to appreciate on like how much profit we made buying calls today. We really need to bring awareness to it. We really need to appreciate it. We really need to understand that nothing else like this exists. And that's just it's interesting, man. It really is interesting. Nothing else like this exists. You know, there's nothing like this on the fucking planet. There's nothing like this stream. There's nothing like Team Roar. There's absolutely nothing like this. It does not exist. It is not in the realm, you know? And that's what happens when you go all in on yourself, you know? That's why I say the best thing you do is go all in on your fucking self, man. I don't even compete with myself, you know? I just focus on myself. That's what I'm saying. Like, just focusing all in on myself, man. That's literally it. That's the play, you know? It is what it is, man. Like I don't give a shit. If you guys think someone's better than me, then think that. That's what I would tell you to think. Like go ahead. Like I don't like doesn't get better than this. I know that absolutely certain. It doesn't get better than yourself, you know? If someone's better than me, someone like, all right, cool, go follow them. Like I don't, you know, it is what it is. Like I'm here to get fucking results. That's what I'm here to do. I am here to get fucking results, you know? If people are gonna comment on my shit, I want to see like some smart comments. I want to see like some smart, competent people, you know? I don't want to see a bunch of degenerates and a bunch of haters. If it comes my way, it is what it is, you know? Social media is out of my control. I can't control what people say, you know? I can only do good and, you know, hope that good comes around, you know? What goes around comes around. I found that to be very, very true. And sometimes, with that being said, it's losing certain things in life, you know, because those certain things are not where you're going, and all they'll do is just take away from where you're going. So it's just not meant to be. Um, it is what it is, man. You're gonna, man, I'm telling you guys, like, this shit is crazy. It really is, man. Like, life is fucking amazing. Life is what it is, you know? People try to make it out to be something, you know, whether they're wearing a mask or whatever the fuck. But the reality is, someone's life is what it is. Life is what it is. People try to mask things, cover things, whatever the fuck. But life is what it is, you know? All we have is our life. That's what we have. It is what it is. This, this Twilo, fucking man, there's just so many. Wow, Shopify's under 100, man. There we go. That's what I like to see. Look at that. That's an 80% ROI right now from all-time highs, man. If this got to like, dude, if Shopify went to like $70 a share, oh my gosh, that would be an attractive buy. Yeah, that would be pretty attractive, man. $70 a share, 70 to 180, man. Shopify at 70. I like that. Like that idea. That's a good idea. Man, Shopify. Wow, we are now under $100. That was just at like 138, I think. Man, that's gonna be a good one when that gets lower. Um, hmm, yep, it is what it is. Let's see, what is AMD? Ooh, what the fuck is this? AMD came back to life a bit. Let's see, hold up, I just got a message. Oh, nothing. All right. Man. All right, guys, we got 21 minutes. 21 minutes, guys. Like I said, there's nothing like, dude. I I did two systems today that were both green. I time trades perfectly green. I held losers green. I did everything I fucking could, man. I led direction. I did absolute I gave fucking life shit. Like I did it all, man. I did it all. You know, I did everything. I did every fucking thing I could. If someone is not green, then I don't know what the fuck to tell them, man. Like, just walk the fuck away with the L. Just take the fucking L. My gosh, man. If someone is not green, I don't know what the fuck to tell them, man. Dude, if you guys aren't green, the good news is there's other things to do besides trading. Now, the thing about trading is I do believe some people are just built to trade. That's what they're meant to do is to trade. And that's where trading can become toxic because if they fuck up and that's what they're destined to do, that's really fucking toxic if you think about that. You know? If someone's a degenerate and they're not meant and they're not just and there's someone just being a degenerate or trading just isn't for them and they fuck up, it's not a big deal. They have to find another profession. But it becomes a problem when this is all you do, this is what you know, and this is what you're gonna do. It becomes a problem if you're fucking up. That's when it becomes a, that's when you need to get on your shit and get on your, if man, like if someone was destined to trade and they start fucking up, they need to lock the fuck in. Because that type of person, there is no 9 to 5, there is no other job. No, there's none of that shit. If you're a trader, you're a trader. That's how trading is, you know? Like if it's in your blood, if you're a trader, if you make money trading, everyone knows there's nothing else for that person. Yeah, you can try to throw them in a job or whatever. They're going to be miserable. They're not going to like the money that they're making, and they're always going to go back to trading in the end. That's why they need to get their shit together. And sometimes it gets so bad to get their shit together, they have to go get a job. So, like, that's very important to understand, man. You guys need to be at your absolute peak, smart, competent level if you're actually a trader, you know? If you're in the markets and you're not actually a trader and you're here fucking around, being a degenerate, losing money, dude, this shit, like, like go ahead, like just lose your shit, lose your money, do whatever, and then if you want to go find your place the hard way with no money, then go find your job the hard way. Like some people want to do things the harder way. At least it's a more interesting story. Like, yeah, I tried the market, didn't make any money. Now I'm looking for what I'm supposed to do, whatever. Like, some people like to do things the harder way. At least it's a more interesting story. But dude, it's different when someone that's what they're supposed to be doing. That's why you can't fuck up. If you're supposed to be doing something and you're fucking up doing it, it becomes very dangerous because that could put someone in a vulnerable position to where they now have to go do something else, right? Now they have to go get a job they don't like and then come back to what they want to do, right? So it's different for everyone, man. Some people are built to be traders, and if that's what you're built to be, do not fuck up. Um, if you're not built to be a trader, you're gonna make shit money anyways, so it really doesn't matter if you fuck up or not, unless you have like a lot of money. It's not very wise to lose a lot of money, because you can have a lot of money and you could have some interest on that, and like a capital savings account, get some smaller interest on it, or like invest into some stocks. It's not very wise to lose your money, but sometimes you have to lose money to realize that something's not for you, right? But to lose all of it is crazy. So just some realizations for people to understand, man. Like I said, there's just nothing for me to be doing. Um, so yeah, I got 17 minutes, guys. The stream is gonna end in 17 minutes. I'm gonna be signing off in 17 minutes, man. The stream is gonna end. It's been an amazing stream. The only trade on stream was buying calls at the exact lows. I started off with 2 wins on calls in the morning, and then I had 3 losses that turned into winners. I held the losses, and then I made multiple 100% profit returns with all those combined. It's been an amazing day, guys. It really has been. I would like to think that everyone's green. If not, then you did not listen to the stream. If you did not listen to the stream, I don't know why you're watching the stream. There really is. I can promise you guys, there's no ROI in life unlike hating on someone that refuses to go to your level. I promise you, there's no ROI, you know? There's no ROI in like entertainment, hating on like, especially within trading. It's just not the place, guys. Like that's the thing about traders, man. I'm telling you, in this industry, guys, the reality is there's a lot of evil people. It's a very evil industry. I'd like to think that I'm not in the industry, even though I do have a business in it. So it's like technically I'm in it, but I try not to associate with it. But I just keep my own lane. I keep to myself. I keep my shit to myself, like, because I just know this is like an evil industry. The people in this business are shit. Most people are trash. Most people are evil. A lot of people at the top, they are the way that they are because they know how hard it took to get there. And they know that everyone wants to take it from them. Because the reality is, most people lose money trading, and when someone's at the top, all people want to see is someone lose it all. And then even if that person gains it all back, they're not rooting for that person. The reality of life is, on your peaks, most people would just rather see other people fail, especially on the internet, on social media, right? These are all things out of my control. I'm just bringing awareness to shit. So like, just understand, guys, trading is one of the most toughest, like, insane, cracked out. Like you'd have to be fucking mentally insane to do this profession. You really would. You really would. So no matter how easy someone makes it look, no matter how someone good is, just understand that like this profession is fucking hard and like it's very lonely, and I just don't think it's a good profession to like be hating on someone. I really don't think, like if someone wanted to hate on someone so badly, I wouldn't tell them to hate, but like there's other things to hate on. Like there's genuinely people streaming who are being absolute degenerates. They're throwing their lives away, they're doing drugs, they're doing anything for attention, they're doing anything for your attention because people like to see other people's downfalls. They're being complete degenerates and throwing their lives away. Those are some of the most famous streamers right now. They're being absolute complete fucking degenerates. A lot of them are doing drugs, and a lot of them are doing anything for clout and anything for clips. Like there's just other there's better things to hate on, is what I would say. I don't believe in really hating on anyone, right? I think it's fucking stupid, but like to sit here and hate on someone who's like genuinely good at what they do and trying to get people the results the easiest way possible, it seems like a poor ROI. So I would just say to go fuck off. Like it is what it is. Like some people just don't want to rise up. People don't want to rise up because it's the hardest thing to do. The easiest thing in life is to go down. You can go down in life at any point. It's so easy to make a conscious decision and make a poor choice right now. It's very easy to do. What's not easy to do is to get results and to level the fuck up. That is very hard to fucking do. You know, most people just want to do the easy thing in life. And then when someone else succeeds around them, they just would rather see that person fall, especially online. I just think, man, like there's just different things to streaming. There's people genuinely trying to do good and make a positive change. And then there's other people who are just complete fucking degenerates and maybe they deserve some of the shit that comes their way or whatever the fuck. But at the end of the day, man, I'm just saying, like, within this industry, it's a horrible industry, and I do really think that like if you're at the absolute best of your trading career and you show that to people, I just think all people try to do is fuck with other people, and they just try to go for people's like mental health, or they just try to bring them down or whatever. And that's why like I'm just like I don't care, like I'm just done, like fuck these people. Like I let people think what they want to think. I let people, if people want to think the worst of me, if they want to think I'm the devil, then go ahead, think I'm the fucking devil. If people want to think I'm an angel, then you could think I'm an angel too. Or you could think I'm a hybrid, like I'm a devil and I'm a fucking angel. It's like I just don't fucking care. I'm just here to show people what I do, and I would like to think that if they do what I'm doing, they would get fucking results because it's fucking working. And then other people just say whatever, and I just don't see what that's gonna get them. There's no gain of going up against me or hating on me. I just don't see the ROI in that. I really don't. But people are free to do what they want to do. So yeah, all Spy has done is go up. All we did is win. Um, and I would like to think and believe that everybody's green. Can I sit here and prove that everyone was green? No, I can't. I don't know your account. I don't know your details. I don't know your entry. I don't know your exit. And it's a good thing that I don't know that, right? Because nobody should know that. Um, you guys need to be secured in your shit and don't share shit with fucking like no don't like I'm telling you, man, best thing to do is people don't know your net worth or what the fuck you got going on or anything like that. This is what I do. I do it in real time. And this is what I do. I trade, I make people money. It's as simple as that. There's nothing else to really be said. I make money, I change people's lives. That's what I do. If people think otherwise, then do the opposite of what I do. And if you get results that way, then good. As long as I can get you results, as long as I can be a catalyst in someone's life to get their life better, I would like to think that I'm doing good in the world. I really would. If I can be a catalyst where, with however someone does something, their life gets better, then that's good. You know, um, you know, it is what it is. You guys get results. You guys get fucking results. That's what I just want to see. I want to see everyone get results. You guys get results, man. Look at this green, red, green, uptrend. The pattern works. It's very simple. You just have to know when to use it, man. So this was the strategy that led me to creating Trader Society, and then we created the second branch, Team Roar, and it was the gap close reversal. There was a gap to fill right here at 631.60. The first trade on the live stream was buying SPY call options right here at the exact lows when SPY closed the gap. And as you can see, SPY had a gap close reversal with a green pattern. It had a breakout. It formed higher support. I told you if you wanted to buy calls again, I gave you the green light, right? I was still holding calls that yielded 200%. If you held them, now they're up over 400 to 500%, right? For those of you left runners. Green, red, green, higher floor above previous resistance, explode up to fill the gap. So SPY had a gap close reversal. It filled the gap. Losing is a personal choice. This is the curriculum that led to me creating Trader Society. And within Trader Society, I trained and taught a fuck ton of students, thousands of students. Some of them went to go off and start their own businesses with all the shit that I taught them, giving me zero credit. And then others were hired. We hired G Roar. This is the only person, G Roar, and you know, he's the absolute best far the money zero day options trader that you're going to see, right? So this is what I do. I'm a mastermind at my craft, and this is what I do. I create self-sufficient traders. I get people results. I get results trading, and I create systems. That's one of the main things I do and create systems. And the systems that I created, I have trading systems that worked, and then I have business systems that worked. One of my businesses is, I create self-sufficient traders. Another business we have is we have the best real-time zero-day options trading alert system, and that is Team Roar. Inside of Team Roar, you will see you get access to the best far out of the money zero-day options trades, right? You could see the trades in the morning, market open. We had 739 calls for 42 cents, and we sold, excuse me, that was yesterday. We're doing calls nonstop. But in the morning, we had puts in the morning, 732 puts at 48 cents a contract. Those actually went in the money. And those were sold at 84 cents, and then during that trade, I made a trade on calls and those were sold for 40%. So we traded both ways in a way, like we kind of did the opposite of what each other did, and we both made money. That's why I'm saying, like, dude, I don't see how anyone could be red. We're making trades where we're both doing the opposite of each other and we're both making money. And then we're also making trades where we're down 80% and they're coming back to life and go green. Everything we do, no matter what, it ends up being green. Like, that's why I don't see how people could be red. It's like, could have literally hedged the shit. Both of the trades would have worked. That was a 100% win. And then we had 7400 SPX calls for 180 cents, right? So obviously, as I'm streaming, I'm not going to be disclosing what is going on in here, right? This paid group. 3:30 p.m. We had 7400 SPX calls for 180 cents, right? Those went up 200%. And we got another trade on calls, SPX 7405, SPX calls for 145 cents, added, double it, and then as you can see, 300 cents. So those are all massive wins on the day, and this is all we've been doing nonstop. And then in terms of my trades, they were all wins. I already showed you guys all the wins, dude. We had all these massive wins. So like, this is what I say, like, you guys need to understand that when you're smart, when you're competent, a lot of people are out to destroy you and they're out to try to fuck you up. That's why I don't associate with many people and I don't like listen to a lot of fucking like, dude, just look at some of the comments I get, the level I'm on, and then you look at some of the dumb fucking comments I get. The contrast is amazing. You have one guy who's like being super smart, and then you have this degenerate saying some stupid fucking shit in the comments. You think I'm gonna scoop down to that level as fucking dude? Like I'm 100 levels. Like this is what I'm saying, man. Like we just focus on ourselves because we're just well aware with the people of who we are, who we become, that people are just not like us. So we just focus on ourselves, dude. Like I'm well aware, man. Nearly every single person that I've associated with my life, they couldn't keep up. They lost me. They tried to do some bad shit, or they just couldn't be around that capacity. They just couldn't stay in fucking control of them fucking selves. And they either try to do some dumb shit to me or they try to put me in some game or situation where it just lowers me if I do something, if I try to like talk to them or whatever the fuck. So it's just over. Like life is strange, guys. It really is strange. I'm telling you, when you're at a level that we're at, I'm telling you, like, look, I don't this motherfucker, he doesn't even show his face. Like G Roar, he doesn't even show his fucking face. This motherfucker doesn't even show his face. Dude, I was showing my P&L in 2017. I had motherfuckers raid my stream, fuck up my stream, and I was concerned because they contacted my broker and I didn't know what the fuck my broker was going to do because you guys don't understand. Like, if a broker starts investigating you or something, they could temporarily like stop your account or shit like that. Like something could happen. But not just that. I have a business, I have a company. I got fucking raided and they just tweeted some bullshit about me and then they removed the tweets. They deleted the tweets because they realized they're not even allowed to tweet what they fucking tweeted because it's not fucking legal. I could have sued the shit out of them for that. But they fucking deleted it in like a day. And then people make content, all this shit. It's like, dude, look, all I do is good. And in my life, most people go the other way, right? This motherfucker, he didn't go the other way and he's doing fucking good. You see what I'm saying? So like if you guys are good and you're in alignment, you'll get fucking results. Like this motherfucker, he gets fucking results. We are good fucking people. We get people results. Like I said, most people who come in contact with me, they're usually not meant to stay. It's like a catalyst. They learn something from me and that's it. It ends. Like most people, unless they're just genuinely a good person, which in my experience, I haven't found many. I really have not found many, you know? That's just how my life happened to go, but it's still fucking going. So we'll see. But look, we got an amazing team. We got an amazing group. We got me. We got G-Roar. We got an amazing fucking team of traders. We got an amazing fucking group. I would encourage you guys to get with the fucking program and join the group if you want to make money, man. Because this is what we do. We do this shit every fucking day. It's gonna be amazing, man. Um, so yeah, it's just life is amazing, guys. You know, it really is. Life is amazing. I do think everybody can get to the top. I just don't think people are gonna get there on how they expect to, or the way they want to, or maybe even the way like it's just gonna happen differently. Like I just there's certain things that I like, man, life is just fucking insane. But at least it happened, you know? Could be a lot worse. Um at least shit fucking happened the way it happened. But yeah, guys, it's just fucking amazing, man. Life is amazing. Um Everybody needs to be green. Oh my gosh, this person just commented on my video. He says I don't do calls. Oh man. He said he doesn't do calls. And then he said I bought Spy today. Okay, so good. He finally fucking listened. You know, we're trying to lead everyone into the light, but we understand that like most people who want light, you know, they don't really want it. They think they want it and they don't, or they just haven't walked through enough fire yet. It's like, dude, like this shit is amazing, man. We are at the absolute peak of our trading, man. And just remember, like I'm like not at 100%. I'm still a little like sick. So when I get to fucking 100%, like oh my goodness, man, this shit's gonna be on next fucking level. You're gonna see it, man. Like I'm locked the fuck in, man. We are so locked the fuck in. Like if you guys want to be the absolute best at trading, you need to cut off every distraction in your life. You need to cut off your phone. Dude, the only time I looked at my phone on this whole fucking stream was to enter next to my trades. That's it. I didn't look at my phone the whole fucking time. Just one time I got a quick message. I don't get many messages because I don't have notifications on. I don't have people contacting me and shit like that. Like I move differently. Like it's not like that. If my phone, it's lucky to get a couple notifications a day. That shit barely gets any notifications a day. Like the only notification I'm getting is fucking money. That's about it. If there's a bag that needs to be made and that shit hits my phone, I'll take a look at that. Either that or someone that, I genuinely love and hang out with, but there's not a lot of that. Like I'm very selective with everything I do. Um, so look, man, if you guys want to print, it's the first link down below within the description, man. This was an amazing stream. Look at that. Spy closed the gap. The gap was right here. Wow. This is literally everything I do and teach. This was a gap close reversal to fill the gap above. We had resistance. We had a gap and go. We had a gap down from look, we had a gap up from 731.56, and then we had a gap and go, and then we had an overreaction to the downside with a gap down from 739, and then we closed the gap, and then we reversed with the gap, and then we exploded up to fill the gap. Oh my goodness, man. This was a gap close reversal to fill the gap. And we purchased calls live on stream for everyone to make money on at the exact lows. This is where we got in right here. And earlier in the group, we had puts it open. We had calls right here at the low of this dip, sold the peak twice, 2 wins. And then I bought calls too early, came back to life, held the loser, turned into massive win. Dude, all we did is win. Look, this isn't normal, man. It's not normal to be in a group that wins this much. This is not normal. Look at this. We're still printing. We're still going. Look at this. Still fucking printing, man. Like, are you guys seeing this? This is what I'm talking about. When you put good out into the world, good things happen. It comes around, it reciprocates. That's what I genuinely believe in, man. Look at this. 740 SPX calls 180 cents. 500 a contract. 7405 SPX calls 145 cents. Add to the winners. In the money sold. 300 a contract. SPX 7405 calls, 130 cents a contract, 415 cents sold. Dude, endless, flawless, big winning. This is what we love to see. This is what we're fucking here for. To win, to print. I just don't understand how someone could be red. Like, what level of fucking capacity could someone be operating on for someone to be red or for someone to be hating on this stream that just makes other people money? That's all we do. And then we give you the opportunity to make more money. People are going to be winning so much, they're going to realize the only problem they have is too much winning. What the fuck am I supposed to do with all this winning? You know, people are going to have the realization, dude, I've never won this much in my life. What the fuck am I supposed to do now that I'm winning and I'm no longer losing? And that's the shift. Life is very easy when you're losing. When you're doing nothing with your life and you're scrolling on your fucking phone all day and you're doing absolutely fucking nothing, right? It's very easy. It becomes very hard when you're winning because when you're winning, you start to realize, wait a second, my time is worth something. Wait a second, I have options. Wait a second, I have money. Wait a second, do I want to go there? Do I want to travel here? Do I want to stay at this place? Do I want to buy this? Life becomes a lot more advanced and fucking complex when you start fucking winning because it opens up the doors to do whatever the fuck you want to do with your fucking life. If you've no fucking options, if you've no fucking money, then life's pretty easy because you're just fucking losing. You know, there's not much to do. I'm losing. All right, let's work a job, not make so much money, scroll my fucking phone, eat some shit food. It's pretty fucking easy to lose. What's not so easy is being a fucking winner. And that's the biggest problem you're going to have in this group is too much winning. You're going to be saying, dude, all this fucking money, all these fucking options, all these fucking wins. What am I going to do now? Am I going to make the smart, right, competent decisions with my life, with my time, with my money? Or am I going to blow it all? Am I going to waste it all? Am I going to do stupid shit? Right? That's what I'm saying, man. Life is a lot harder when you're winning rather than you're fucking losing, man. Most people never even get to win. You know? This shit is different, man. Think of the pressure of being a winner. When you actually have options, when you actually have money, when you actually have opportunity in life, think of the pressure of that. You can do anything you want to do. Don't you think that's a lot harder than being in a situation like, fuck, I'm losing, I have nothing. It's like the fuck, like it's hard as shit to be a winner. It gives someone all the fucking options to do whatever the fuck they want to do. If you're losing, you could just fucking make no money, bullshit, be on your fucking phone, fuck off for the whole day, hang out with fucking like you don't have to do fucking shit if you're losing. If you're winning, all of a sudden, wait a second, I have shit to do. My time is worth something. I have a schedule. Do I want to go there? Should I be doing that? Should I be around that person? That's what I'm saying. People will perceive themselves a lot differently when they start winning. And that's what the fuck it takes. It takes people to win. If you want to change, you have to win. That's the only way. That's how I see it, man. It's so easy to be a degenerate and to be a fuck up in life when you're not winning, when you're just fucking losing. It's so easy to just keep on losing. It really is, you know? But when you're actually fucking winning and you're actually fucking up, you have all the options in the world. You have time. Like, you have so much shit to do. It's different. So, look, guys, it's the first thing down below in the description if you want to fucking print. If you want to win, if you want to print, if you want to buy SPX calls, fire the money, and sell deep in the money all fucking day and win nonstop, look, there's not another single person on this fucking planet who's calling out far out of the money. Like, dude, we do it the best. Nobody's on our fucking level. I showed you all the wins. I gave you all the profit targets. I did everything I fucking could. If you guys are red, then you're just listening to some bullshit. That's not fucking me because I don't associate with bullshit. I don't read bullshit. I don't have time for it, dude. I don't have time for fucking bullshit or anything like that. So, if you guys want to join, it's the first thing down below in the description, man. I'm fired up. There's just too much winning. It is ridiculous. It is really ridiculous. Yes, that's what I do. You see, exact. This raised up level spiritually. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like, I'm a very spiritual person. That's why I don't come at people with no bullshit. I don't participate in any bullshit because I'm a very spiritual person. That's just how my life happened to go. Spirituality is amazing. Being alone is amazing. Being able to walk away from 1,000 people who turn against you, regardless of what your life is going to turn into after that, is amazing. Being able to be the person who can walk away from anything or anyone is the best situation to be in life, even if you have to fall first to go higher. It's the best move, man. Being in control and being able to walk away from anyone or any fucking thing. And that's part of the foundation of trading. If you're good at trading, you can walk away, because you have trading. You don't need the job. You don't need this shit. You can go your own way. You have the financial freedom. And yeah, shit is Fucking, that's what I'm saying. Like G Roar, he said he has the flu. I've had it literally for over a week now. It's getting better. I've had some sort of fucking virus. You know, I asked him, I'm like, dude, what virus do I have? He said, it doesn't matter. You have a virus. I'm like, all right, great. Like, these fucking people, man. You know, like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, this shit is different, man. This shit is different. There's nothing that's gonna stop us. We are unstoppable. Nothing fucking stopped us, dude. It was raining all fucking day. As soon as I turned on this stream, it stopped fucking raining and it started fucking pouring and fucking printing with all the fucking money that we made, man. Life's just fucking different, man. You should have seen it was raining all day where I was. As soon as I turned on this stream, it stopped fucking raining and all I saw was fucking prints. Shit is fucking crazy, man. So, guys, I'm going to be signing off. This has been an amazing stream. I hope you're leveling up. I hope you learned something. And most importantly, I hope you fucking made money because, dude, that's why we do what we do to make people money. The fuck? Why else are we going to watch this shit? There's other entertainment to be watching. We're here to make money. So, look, man, um, I'm going to call it. Everything's in the first link in the description if you guys want to join us. Um, Someone said they 10x their money in 15 minutes on top of all the other wins today, thanks to Will and G. That's what we do, you know? That's what I'm saying. There's two people in this world. There's one guy who says, I 10x my money thanks to these guys. And then there's another guy who says, this guy's shit. This guy doesn't do this. I don't like this guy. And I'm like, great. That's why I tell people, like, dude, I see through the contrast. I see through the illusions. I know who I am. I know my skill sets. I know what I'm performing at, right? Like, these motherfuckers aren't in my life. I know the shit that I'm on, right? So I'm like, be what you want to fucking be. If you want to be the guy who's 10x in your money, fucking 10x. If you want to be the fucking guy talking shit, go ahead, talk your shit. It's not going to get you any fucking results, you know? There's always time to change, guys. If you want to win, it's never too late to turn your life around and win. I promise you, man. It's never too late to start winning. You know, it's very easy to lose. It's very easy to make poor decisions. It's very easy to live that life. But once you actually want to turn things around and start winning, it's out there. It exists. It's possible. You know, this business wouldn't exist if we weren't winning 24 fucking 7. There would be no reason for us to be in business. I can't sit here and put my face out there and put myself out there for the person I am and sit here and lie and whatever the fuck. I can't do that because what I have works and I'm an honest and I'm an honest, genuine person and we print. That's what the fuck we do. You know, we show up, we print. It makes people money. So if you want to fucking print, it's the first thing down below within the description, man. You know, everyone gets to decide on who they want to be. You want to wake up and decide to be a different version of yourself, you could do that. You can make the conscious decision and be something fucking different. If you guys want to win, you can actually win every single fucking day. You can make losing a personal fucking choice, man. So guys, I'm gonna call it. Um, this has been an amazing stream. I'm glad everybody tuned in. I'm glad you guys made money. It's been absolutely fucking amazing, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people get to show their character. People get to be who they want to be. If someone wants to be an asshole in the comments, then that's who they choose to be, you know? If someone wants to be good and make money in the comments, that's who they choose to be, man. Everybody gets what they fucking deserve. You know, people get what they fucking deserve. What goes around comes around. If someone sits here and tries to win all day and tries their absolute best, at some point they're gonna start fucking winning. You know? If someone sits here and be negative and hates and whines and complains and talks shit and says shit and writes stupid shit, then what do you think they're gonna get? All they're gonna get is that dumb shit they're saying, echoing and ricocheting right back at them, hitting them in their face, and I'm not gonna do nothing about it. I'm gonna be like, dude, that's the shit you put out. Take it. And take it with your fucking self. Don't put that bullshit on me. Don't project that shit on me. You know, that's all you. So being look, losing is a personal choice. If you guys are serious about making money, it's the first thing down below in the description. I will see you guys in tonight's video. It's been an absolute amazing stream.